Welcome to the Human Mass Podcast. Today, I have got Jimmy Roche. He doesn't need introduction. When you see him, you will know who he is. Now, the start of the Human Mass Podcast has a set format. It's always the same. And if you've watched regular, you'll know what it is. This podcast is going to be slightly different. We're going to start the podcast where Jimmy is going to own the first 5 or 10 minutes of this podcast. But we are still going to interlay, if you like, the human behaviour aspects of the world, which is obviously the way I am. And then after, once we've got this bit done, we will then go fully into, from the start, as normal, for the Human Mass Podcast. So welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you for giving me a platform to get stuff off my chest for.
Now, before you start then, I'm not going to ask that question. That's you know what question's coming. He knows what question's coming. I was self-thinking about this, what you're about to speak about, this bit. And in my head I was thinking, somebody like Jimmy, and I'm similar, I just don't care what people think, I'm not bothered. And people will know your past, and no need to go fully into the gory details. People know your past.
It's all out there.
It's all out there. But I was thinking, what a trait it is to think, you know what, I don't care what anyone thinks, but injustice is injustice and lies are lies. And that need as a human, completely, whatever that human is and whatever that human's past is in us to say, no, that's not right. And I want to air it. And I just thought I'd just give you that before, because I don't want people to think this is a case of like a sour grapes thing. It isn't. That is not his intention behind this. It isn't a sour grapes thing. It is a...
Sometimes the world needs correcting.
So I give you the floor, Jimmy.
You give me the floor. Where do I start?
Where do you start? Do you want me to prompt you for the start, Jimmy? Okay, while he's drinking. So Jimmy had a podcast with a famous podcaster. I don't know if he's going to say his name or not, so that's up to Jimmy. And in this particular podcast, go on, Jimmy. How did you feel? Go on.
I felt very comfortable. I was made to feel very comfortable. I thought his intentions were good. But after... I mean, this is what I'm going to come to in a minute. Over 2 years after, it wasn't the intention. It was a complete different intention. Now, I wasn't going to say a word about anything because my life's very private. I'm on no social media. I'm not on any platforms. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not... I've been offered film deals from Terry Stone. I've been offered documentaries. I could have took it all the way if I wanted to go down them roads, but I'm quite happy with my life and not happy
on the surface.
I'm happy where I am in my life. I'm not saying I'm happy all the time, which I'm going to come to in great detail as we go on. But I'm sort of balanced, and I'm not one of them people who's going to be, I don't want to be putting content out all the time, and I'm not a social media person. I stay in the shadows. I always have done all my life. So
these 2 years you've had to see and watch your name
get besmirched. Yeah, my good name get besmirched and dragged through the mud.
Yeah.
So today I've...
And you feel betrayed then, I take it is the right way to put it.
Absolutely betrayed by someone who I thought was a friend. Even called me a friend, which I'm going to prove in a minute. I've got value for you. I mean, this is not my words. This is his words. And so I can say them all now, but then it's going to take the emphasis off of that. I kept my mouth shut for a long time. And I was quite happy to keep my mouth shut because I don't really speak to anyone. I haven't got any friends. I'm quite recluse. I'm going to come to all that in a bit. But there was a clip that I saw. And do you know what? It was the light bulb moment because I couldn't work out why someone would do, morally, why someone would do that to another human being, especially when they've been invited round as a guest. And I've opened up, like I'm going to do to you today. Not do to you. I'm going to open up. The thing is, Alex, as well, is that everyone keeps saying that you should talk more, men should talk more, and all this stuff. I think I was a bit too truthful on that podcast, and I wasn't reined in when he said if you're going off on one, I can pull you back. I've got your back, brother. I'm going to look after you. You're in safe hands, which I'm going to prove all this. I mean, I've not just come here with words this time. I've come here with receipts, and I'm just pointing out the dangers of bad podcasting, if you want to call it that.
I think it's the same with any relationship or any human you come across in your life, and it's so easily mean to be manipulated.
We've been talking for a bit. Me and you.
Just a context behind it, Jimmy contacted me. He's been offered podcasts lots since.
But
and Jimmy you messaged me, didn't you? You got a vibe, and you thought, do you know what? I want to chat to you, didn't you? And then we had those chats.
Do you know what it was? It was the Luke Dyson one. The Luke Dyson one. I mean, I like Luke Dyson. I don't follow him or anything like that, but he pops up on my YouTube, and do you know what? He's doing his best. He's fighting. It takes balls to jump in that ring, and the way you humanised him, and the way like even when he was getting upset or whatever, I've said this in other podcasts. I can look into people's souls, and I can see a good person. Sometimes I've made a massive mistake with the dozen, definitely massively. But I'm going to prove all this in a minute. Before we go any further, I want to clear something up. So the first thing I want to clear up is I've bought receipts. I mean, a lot of it. I mean, people's going to hate me. People's going to like me. You can make your own mind up. It doesn't really matter to me. But I've bought receipts today, and I've shown you. I mean, now when I'm going to say this to you, you've seen the letter I've got off the MOD. So I applied for my military records. I've had them since 2024. It comes under the what? What did it come under? The sensitive?
The government secrets thing or whatever it was. Yeah, But what I was interested,
it's not more the secrets. It was. I mean,
I can't remember. But what I was bothered about, it gave your regiment number. It said it addressed you as Sergeant. Are we doing
Mercer? Yeah,
doing that. Yeah, Sergeant Mercer.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've introduced him as Roche, and that's I don't know if that
this is going to. Yeah.
So but I've seen the letter from the Ministry of Defence with them details, with saying Sergeant Mercer, addressing him as that, and saying they will not give him his own records. I've seen that letter, yes.
Right, okay.
So yes, I have.
So in doing that, that's proof enough. And all this bravado of what regiment I was in, I'm going to stand by what I said in the first instance, that I've got respect for the regiment I was in. All this bravado of where I was, what I was doing, and what regiment I was in, you can clear that up. Just a yes and no answer. All this stuff that's been said, I'm not. Am I?
From what I've seen,
yeah,
it says that you were a serving. What is it? A veteran? You call it a veteran now, wouldn't you? Because you're not there. Yeah. So you were in the army based on what I've seen. Yes.
Yeah.
What I was going to say to you was that you've got something that you showed me. The bit that's triggered this is he was all right with it, but it was when are we saying he's saying his name?
Who?
The podcaster
Liam.
Yeah. So Liam Tuff's. What's triggered it for Jimmy is Liam Tuff was sat in front of Ant Middleton, and that's what it was. This video, which I'm sure Jimmy's going to share.
I'm going to play it.
That triggered it for Jimmy. But Liam, what it was as well was Liam. Put a note, he's got one notice on here as well, saying that Liam had verified himself by two serving veterans that you were there. So he'd verified that before you got on the podcast. He's put in a comment somewhere, didn't he? And then he's on with Ant Middleton changing that story, and that's what's triggered this, isn't it?
Then I was called a liar. I'm not a liar. One thing about me. I mean, my dad's dying of cancer at the minute. my dad's dying of cancer. Not this minute, but he's like 7 years. He's had it 7 years. It's just gone into his saliva valve. He's not a well man. He's been a heroin addict all his life. He lied to me so many times that in the end, I couldn't take any more of his lies. I find it insulting to lie. I'm not a liar, so this is. I feel very strongly about liars, and I've got bashed, and it was a real hatchet job. What the dozen done on that? It was a hatchet job, simple as that. Liam got called out. He couldn't take the backlash what he was getting. He was protecting his podcast, which I get, but all he had to do is approach it in the right way, which he certainly didn't. All he done was sort of chuck me under the bus, gave me to this. I don't know this fucking. He stole pictures off my Instagram. Then he's giving it to these fucking Walter Mitty Club or whatever it is. They said I was imprisoned in 2019 when, I mean, I can verify I got married in 2020 for heroin. I've never been done for heroin in my life. That's just, it's just bullshit, lies and whatever. So I'm not bashing veterans. I'm not bashing anyone. If anything, I'm going to, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. If you're getting told something by someone that you think you respect or whatever, then you're going to go with what they're telling you. So I've got so much hate, but I don't hate them because they're getting told something. So they're getting told something. So they think that they're taking words and making it truth. Mm. So it's
a witch hunt is what that is, isn't it?
It's called a witch hunt, and it didn't make me feel good. I mean,
but you were all right with it until Liam said it to Middleton.
I'll be honest with you, right? I wasn't all right with it.
No, not all right with it, but
yeah. But I mean, I've got this here. I don't know which way's the camera.
There's one there.
Well, it's
do you want me to show it?
Private and confidential, yeah. And if you show that letter, hang on.
Do you want me to read it, a bit of it instead?
Hang on, this is the one, two. Sorry, I got all this paperwork.
I've seen the one from the Ministry of Defence. I've seen it, and it addresses you Sergeant Mercer, and I've seen it.
Hang on 2 seconds. Sorry, I had all this done.
That's right.
This is it. Right, AWP. This is an NHS letter. I mean, just stick that out, and I'll read it. Just put it in front of that,
and then give it you back.
Just so we're all clear on what it says. I mean, this is after the podcast. Liam knew that I've got serious mental health issues, which I'm going to come into obviously later on in this podcast. James has reported a history of 5 past suicide attempts, mostly being within the last week. This is going back to August. I'm not. I am going to. You know what? I'm going to lay it at his door because he knew what he was doing. He knew I had mental health issues, and he certainly. I don't like two-faced people that say one thing and do another thing, or call me a friend and not be a friend.
Did he just dump you? He said, "I'm there for you," then just dumped you. Is that like a
that's a fair assumption, definitely. Do you know what I mean? But we were talking for a long time. We were friends. He told me stuff about his missus. I mean, I could go into a lot of stuff, private stuff that he told me, but I'm not. Like I said, he's just a ruthless businessman, but portrays himself as a patriot, a man of honour, a man that I've got your back and all this sort of stuff, which I'm going to prove in a minute. And like it's 5 suicide attempts, there's history of deliberate self-harm, most recently within the last year. James reports experience infrequent episodes, thoughts of self-harm, suicidal ideation. Had a clear plan to overdose on heroin last week, but due to lack of skills and preparation, the plan failed me. I've never done heroin before in my life, but I remember that day. I was very down. I know.
You don't take yourself back there now.
No,
Don't
it's fine because I'm just. I wanted to, like. So Mr. Mercer is struggling to communicate his needs, but after listening to him for a while, I mean, these people have pulled it all up anyway. So while asking him some direct questions, he was able to discuss his needs. He reported he had a dishonourable discharge from the army. He has been in the army for 9 years. Now, when I say 9 years, I said 13 on the other one. Now, so 2 of them was jailed in the glass house, MCTC, and say about 8 months, 9 months, or whatever it was. Whatever it was. I'm going to come back to. If I go off on a tangent, then tell me. But so, in 9 years of the army, so that's right. That's about right because 2 years that was that. So I wasn't soldiering at the time. After discharge, he struggled with his mental health and tried to get support from army personnel, but didn't get the support. He started self-medicating. This is another thing I want to come on to deal with his mental health. He has been used. He has used all sorts of drugs that could get off the black market, including morphine and benzos. I'm still in recovery for that now. The last couple of years, he's decided to come off these drugs and get involved with CGL, which has been brilliant for me. And they have taken charge of my prescription now, and they're basically trying to wean me off. I mean, here I take 50 milligram of quetiapine in the morning, which is for the schizophrenia. I've got schizophrenia, neurodiversity, ADHD, CPTSD, and ADHD. Did I say ADHD? One thing I'm going to say as well before we go any further is I'm heavily sedated all the time. I take very strong antipsychotic drugs. So if I get my wording wrong or I make a few mistakes along the way, don't judge me or take it. It's just that I'm.
Yeah, I won't.
I'm in a certain.
It means you lot. I won't judge.
I'm just here to just try and change people's minds about me because I just don't want to be the person that come along and just told a load of. That's what I'm portrayed as at the moment. But I'm going to prove today. I'll prove to you already, but it comes under a sensitive act. You've seen it.
I have.
So it just proves exactly who I said I was. I didn't say I was a sergeant major. If you're going to do podcasting, for fuck's sake, do your due diligence first. A sergeant major, I never said I was a sergeant major at all. If you want to go back and have a look.
I'm confused about because Liam said on a comment you showed me that he did check, didn't he? So on one of the comments you showed me.
I'd like to show you that as well.
That's what I'm confused about the whole thing. You see, that's what confuses me.
Well, it's
he's put on this comment.
He said that he's.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to.
Is that the one?
I'll read that one first. And then the comment after this. That's the.
Yeah, I invited Jimmy back for a part 2 to dive deeper into his military past. Before the interview, I met someone who'd served with him, so that made him qualified to tell his story. If anything has been embellished, I'll go through it with a fine-tooth comb in the next interview. Hang on a sec.
Read all of that.
You want to read it all, yeah? This conversation was to skim over his life, purposely to make way for a more detailed part 2. If he's lied about his military, I will call him out and publish his lies. But if what he's saying is true, I'll make a point of respectfully thanking him for his service. I require paperwork, eyewitnesses, and tangible medals. I would never disrespect our armed forces by knowingly allow a Walter Mitty on the show. So until he's back for his part 2, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Rest assured, I'm not silly. I don't need a lecture about my integrity.
Hang on.
Go on.
So someone's commented underneath.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So he must. Yeah. Sorry. So someone's commented then. So he must have served alongside him. If you have any integrity to your viewers, you will name him so we can send it to the
name
Walter.
The two that he's seen. People that he's seen.
And then he put, I don't need a lecture about integrity from you, my old mate. He was vouched for by 2 people in person, one of which said they'd served together and go back years. He may well have been brought to the meet under duress. I wouldn't know for sure. so I wouldn't be giving his name out even if I had it.
Right, so he doesn't even know his name. So, and I'm telling you now.
Did you bring two guys there under distress to confirm?
Well, I'm getting accused of.
Did you do it? You didn't do that, did you?
No, I didn't. No, because we all sat there and we drank about five coffees together. This is how stupid it's got. So basically, he's accusing me of kidnap and making people say stories. The two people I brought to that meeting never served.
Oh, they didn't?
No, they didn't. They were nothing to do with the army. They were nothing to do with anything, which I'm going to prove in a minute as well. I mean, let's just get this out of the way because this is the light bulb moment.
The trigger.
This is the light bulb moment. I mean, I don't know if the microphone will pick this up.
Right or wrong thing, should I say? I had a guest come on over a year ago. He blew up on the internet for doing some real savagery, is the only thing I can describe it, in someone's kitchen. Managed to bump into him, as luck would have it, or bad luck would have it. Anyway, he claimed that he was a sergeant major in the military. He was a para. He had the wings tattooed on him. He had the sergeant stripes tattooed on him.
Making me go back to my SAS Who Dares Wins days.
Yeah, so he talked the talk. He looked like he was built like a brick shit house, fit as a fiddle.
I'll take that one.
He had the tattoos on him, and he told me that he was a para. So we arranged to do the podcast. It was in my home at the time. You could see that he was, I would say, probably psychotic, but as I'm interviewing him, now I used to do my due diligence during the interviews because it felt more organic to me. Now I do a lot of research before we sit down because I think it honours the guest more. But as he's telling me about his war stories, I knew pretty quick that he's lying to me. And it blew my mind because of the tattoos, the shape, the stories, and he's exaggerating these stories to the point of, well, this is like an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. You may as well be telling me that you're hanging off the fucking wing of an aeroplane. But I let him continue, and I've got a habit of doing this. If I feel someone's bullshitting me, I let them believe that I'm believing them so that they carry on, and I see just how far they're going to push the bullshit. So I went along with it and pretended that I believed him. Now, I shelved that interview for maybe 2 months. And I said to him, are you sure you want me to air that? Are you happy with the way that went? Are you definitely sure you want me to publish that interview for the world to see?
Obviously.
Absolutely. He was keen as mustard. He was desperate for me to publish that interview. So I did. I put it out there for the world to see that it was complete fabrication, to the point where certain people thought that I was buying into his bullshit because that's how convincing I was being. I knew damn well it was a lie. We watched it back.
Stringing him along.
It was just mind-blowing, but I thought, you know what? If you're going to walk the streets and try and take credit for something you haven't done and other men have, I'm going to air you out to dry. I've never done that with another guest. I'm not here to shit on people. And I did give him the option to bail out. We don't have to publish this.
Yeah.
I didn't let him. I still didn't say to him, I know you're lying.
Yeah.
But I just gave him the option. I think I've done the right thing. You may think, actually, you shouldn't have.
Give him enough rope. Listen,
And do you think was I right to publish that?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, especially because you gave...
Right, let's stop that there. So,
based on some of the recordings you've sent me, not sent me, that you've showed me.
I'm going to play them all now anyway, but...
of how friendly. Do you think he was scared? Too scared to say it?
What, to me in the interview? I would have called out straight away if I thought it was bullshit.
Do you think he was scared of you then, or something like that?
I don't know. I don't know. This is what never made sense to me. I don't understand.
Because the voice notes don't match what he said there, do they?
No, and this is what I'm going to prove in a minute, that it's just all smoke and mirrors and views and clicks. Now, you've got a bloke in front of you like Ant Middleton, which is I've absolute respect for him. He's one of my heroes. He's SAS. Do you know what I mean? Dizzy heights that I've dreamed of getting, but obviously... my career got chucked down the toilet. So he's running for mayor. He's got so much stuff to say, but yet you feel that you need to put my name in your mouth to ask him to validate do you think I was doing right? If you're your own man, and I don't know. It's your podcast. You ask the questions, I answer them. So exactly the same as what I'm doing today, honestly. So I don't think you need to ask someone if you feel like you've done the right thing or the wrong thing. I think it's like you're asking your mum or dad, or I mean, it's a bit fucking stupid to me. If you've done it already, but one thing I will say is I would have had more respect for him, and if you can please respond or find a voice note or a whatever saying that I think it's I know it's bullshit, but I'm putting it out anyway. But this is like over 2 years later. So this is over 2 years later. Why do you say it now? Why didn't? Do you know? If it was me, I mean, morally, I mean, the silly. I mean, I'm not gonna swear or whatever.
You can swear; it's fine on this podcast.
Oh, is
fine.
it? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Well, he's a silly twat because he said it 2 years later after he's got nearly 250,000 views off the back of me and earned loads of money off the back of me. And then he's called it out 2 years later. I don't understand. Well, if that was me morally, personally, I'd say I want the receipts before I put this out. Obviously, I had some sort of plan to besmirch my good name or try and ruin my life because he knows I've got mental health. I did try and commit suicide a couple of times because all the hate I was getting. But I don't blame the veterans. Do you know what I mean? I blame the person who's feeding them all the information. So it's very, very hard to understand for me. So it didn't make sense. So I just shut my mouth and let everyone carry on rubbishing me and stuff like that. If he'd have a proper man, let's say a proper man would have, I certainly would have rung. I would have put a short out saying I'm going to air this man's come along on my podcast. It is not true, but I'm going to air it anyway. Because I think that he needs to be shut up or shut down or whatever, and I'm going to publish his lies. Just what he said there. He could have put a short out then and done it then, but he didn't.
Yeah, why?
This is what I mean, but because you're not a man. Personally, that's what I would have done. Or rung me up and said, I know it's bullshit. If you got any information or any receipts that please respond. Do you know what I mean? But you didn't.
I say he's gonna look at this and go, I can just half imagine it in my head. Jimmy's found some obscure podcast that would have him on so he could spew all that, and just to clear that bit up, because that's definitely something that probably gets said. Is one, I am my own man, like you were saying before, and I'm confirming what I've seen. I didn't physically serve with you. Do you know what I mean? He didn't physically serve with you.
No,
so it's to me, and my podcast is about that human behaviour, and it's making the layers of judgment fall off as they're watching somebody and the self-awareness that comes with it, and that's what my podcast is about. And you've been offered some big podcasts and stuff, and you have chose to come to me, which I really appreciate, and we've got on really well, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And so I don't want people to think if he does, he might not say this, but he's gone on he's clearly unwell. He says himself he's medicated. Now he's gone on some obscure podcast to say all this. And I want to clear that bit up because that's definitely. I imagine what people are thinking as they watch something and trying to address it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can imagine that's the thoughts, and maybe the thoughts of Liam, or I don't know, maybe or not. But let's keep going a little bit further and see what you've got. And
where were we?
So you've played the clip.
Yeah,
you mentioned about being a man because he's got you on WhatsApp. He's personally able to get hold of you whenever he wants to chat about anything he wants. Yeah. But he hasn't chose to do that.
No,
that's your point, isn't it?
He chose to do it 2 years later when he's got all the clicks and views, which says
and the
to me that you're and the money in his pocket, and so to me that morally that's not right. And another thing, if it was bullshit, which is not, which I've proved to you today, and I'm going to prove even more with my paperwork as well. But the bit I couldn't show is the sensitive act. And I'm going to read that out in a minute. Where was I? Sorry.
You wanted to do the voice notes, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to do. I'm going to do the voice notes. So, this is this. I mean, you got to remember this. This is someone who thinks I'm completely, absolutely full of shit, and he knew it that day. I mean,
Yeah, because he said while you were doing the podcast, he knew
it's bullshit.
And this is a voice note after that.
This is a voice
After
note
the
like
podcast.
3 months later. He's still talking to me as a friend. Do you know what I mean? As a friend, which I'm going to prove now.
Oh, geezer. Very, very quickly. I've just taken a detour. I'm just about to have a workout. I've just listened to all your voice notes, one after the other, and I've heard the distress in your voice. Brother, I don't like hearing that. And I don't want to be a part of that. So, fuck the algorithm. I'm gonna make some calls now and get every one of the latest one taken down, and then when I'm not amongst people, I will leave you a voice.
Why are you going to take some bits down if you were going to air me out to dry?
Voice note later and explain the method in my madness. Yeah, I did.
Why explain yourself? Why have you got to explain yourself?
No. Yeah, my intention was never ever to hear you fucking sound that distressed, brother.
Well, it was your
Believe me.
intention to make me sound like that.
Let me deal with that. Let me do what I've got to do. I've fucking got a million things I'm doing today, and now I'm squeezing a workout in. But yeah, I'm just going to get them clips taken down ASAP, and if it messes with the algorithm later, then so be it, because...
oh, thanks.
Yeah, I can't have you feeling like that. But
No.
I'll give you a proper voice note later, brother, when...
Brother?
I'm on my own,
Brother?
and I can explain... I can explain things better to you in the hope that you'll understand. I'm sure you will. But, brother...
I don't understand.
Just be fucking careful in this space. I'll leave you on that note. Just be careful on this space. And remember, from day one, I've had your back. I've given you some fucking sound advice.
It doesn't make sense.
Mate, remember, I even tried talking you out of doing it. So, yeah. Anyway, brother, I love you and leave you for now.
Love you.
I'll get them
and leave
clips
you for
removed
now.
as soon
This
as
is
humanly
like
possible. Bear
3
with
months
me.
after.
And Simon did. And he's like, well,
I don't know
he
what
flagged
I might
that's some journey in it, geezer. And there's still
This is
ones
a
in
good
between
one.
that I'll go back and listen to now. But
This is human
on a
behaviour.
final
It's
note
worse.
to your entire voice note, if you took anything the wrong way, accept my apology. It's it wasn't meant any way that you took it. And I know that you have good days and bad days, and I need to be more
I've got
mindful of
mental
that.
health.
I sort of took my finger off the pulse.
You're trolling a veteran who served and bled
just
for the
didn't take
country.
all
and
the
made him look a
elements
dick.
into consideration, and I will not do another thing until, well, I'll either clear it with you or I'll just put it out.
Now you've changed the name from Jimmy the Saint. Now you change the name to the Jimmy Roche story. Then you change the name to the Unbelievable story. Then you change the name to that. I wouldn't have agreed to that. Why would I agree to that? He just done it all himself.
Out the picture and just keep promoting all the other ones. Or if there's a nice short that I can put together, I'll say, "Here, Jimmy, do you fancy me putting this one up?"
Obviously, never will.
And we'll go from there. But you have my word, mate. I will never, ever, ever post anything else again. And that I haven't got this agreement with anybody.
I must be special then.
People understand when they come on that whatever it takes, we need to promote this. But you have my word as a friend that I will not post
as a friend
anything else again, either period or unless I say to you,
decide
Jimmy,
to change the name.
what do you think of this?
Shall I change the name?
Yeah, you can guarantee that will be the case, geezer. But
1 second.
I'll go back and listen to your other voice notes. But yeah, think carefully, mate, where you want to go with this, because it shocked me how bad you took it yesterday. It didn't. Shock's not the right word. I forgot.
This is
that,
the most important bit.
You know, that you do suffer with your mental health.
Thank you.
I just, you know, you're built like a fucking gladiator. You've got a strong, booming voice.
You bloody more smoke.
You don't fuck around. You're intelligent. Like you've got ambition, and it's very easy to forget that. You know, beneath that there is, you know, there's a chemical imbalance in there, and some days you can have a really, really fucking bad day. So, yeah, I won't forget that again, mate. I won't forget that again. And, yeah, please...
It's a great game.
Please take everything I've said and done as it was intended. Like, nothing's ever come from malice at all.
This is what you said to Aunt Middleton.
Just think of it as a bit of pantomime, and
it's not pantomime. It's my fucking life.
The future, when you're doing all this other stuff that you intend to do, because it's gonna happen. Yeah, people out there don't give a fuck about people's feelings at all.
Thank you.
And they'll go for the jugular.
You were gonna say something. Go on.
No, I was gonna say.
I've got plenty more to do.
I think that we underestimate people in general, and they will make their own assumption.
Yeah.
But most people, when they make an assumption on somebody else, it comes from where they are. See what I mean? Either like cognitive dissonance or too much loyalty to something or blah blah. And while I don't want to get dragged into it, as I said to you, but in too much of an, but to me, it is very black and white, isn't it? The only thing I can think of, I'm trying to in a kind.
Make sense.
I'm trying to make sense of where he's coming from, and the only thing I go down is, like you said, either just ruthless businessman. Oh, I forgot you had mental health. I mean, it'd be hard to forget. I've spoke now with you for how long, and it's not something you can really forget when you're talking to you, is it? But and then the other thing is, that's what I'm thinking. Is it just a fear-based thing? And he was. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Don't know why. Well, but you said you don't want to speak to him again. But what if, when he sees this, he does want to have that conversation with you? But obviously a proper bloke would want to have it off camera, wouldn't he? He'd want to have it. He should have. If he wants to put it right with you,
well, if
he'd want it off camera, wouldn't he? Not on camera.
I wouldn't mind an apology or whatever.
An explanation.
An explanation of why.
Because you feel hurt.
Why you want to destroy someone's life and their career when you advocate for mental health and you've got so-say friends in the forces, and I suffer from mental health from the forces. I mean, I'm going to prove it in a minute. I mean, op courage, SAFA, combat stress and stuff like that. But let me just carry on with this 2 seconds, and then we can get this out of the way.
It was just got back to the bit about you saying you'd like to know who the person is that served with me. That was just me. In my mind, I'm picturing the two guys where...
they never served with me.
We had coffee together. You brought receipts with you, essentially. Like I'd met you with credible witnesses, so to speak. So that was to give you credibility, geezer.
What do you want to give me credibility for?
Let me go back.
If you're trying to destroy me and I'm a liar. It means it's 3 months later.
But
it's very interesting.
Yeah, don't read into that.
You're in the human karmic world. You're trying to call someone out for integrity, and then now your integrity is being shown differently.
Your voice notes I was
See what I
listening
mean?
to.
Yeah, it's very odd.
And just quickly, you're now telling me that you wouldn't sit there and across the table and lie to me, and anyone that knows you knows that.
This is weird,
mate. If I didn't believe you, I would never ever I would never say that you've been invited on for a part 2. Because then I'm setting myself up for a fall. Like, mate, I don't doubt you. Don't think you've lost my faith. Just remember, there's a bit of pantomime in this. Yeah, you haven't lost my faith. Mate, I told you to fucking leave stuff out, remember? I told you to leave certain parts out. And,
sorry this is dragging on, but
no, it's not.
Get the point
let me go back.
If I can hammer it home, I'm hoping.
I've not lost belief in you, mate.
Mate.
I've not lost belief in you, geezer. And remember, when I done my... I mean, this is veering off, but, like, this is, fucking... I value you. It was you that I was voice noting, mate, when I got to 12 kilometres on my first half marathon. Like, it was you I was leaving
This
voice
is
notes
after
to.
the podcast.
It was
And
your
I'm
voice
an
notes I was
absolute
listening
liar.
to while
I'm
I
an
was
absolute
doing that.
bullshitting liar.
You know,
So he's either lied to Ant Middleton or he's lied to you.
I value
Yeah,
you,
we're
geezer.
both-
But they don't
Well,
match.
both.
Those they don't match,
Right.
is what you're saying, aren't you?
By that stage, we'd fucking done the podcast.
Thank you. It's after the podcast. He's admitted that.
I'd done yesterday, and what I was thinking about intermittently, amongst the other stuff, was I better put something out as an invitation for a part 2 to cover the military stuff, because there's an element of doubt there,
Just a
and
couple
we'll just
more
get that
minutes,
squashed.
and then we can move on.
If I didn't fucking believe in you, I'd put a statement out saying, fucking, I apologise for fucking allowing this to be said on my platform. But it's like, nah, I'm up for getting you fucking back on. I have been from day one. But only if you are. And mate, I get that you got whatever you want to. And I'll tell you for why as well, because this is what will be happening.
This
So a
one's
lot of
just
people
not
think
really
it's
relevant.
bollocks. Gritty. And I'm the one who's been through it.
Hi, Jimmy. It's Terry. We are doing a podcast.
Stones, But listen. I'm just. You don't call someone a friend, brother, geezer. I've got your back. You were the one who I was voice noting. I mean, this is after the podcast. We were talking for 3 months out of the podcast, talking about stuff, different subjects. I mean, he's tried to hang me out, or I don't know what his reasons were. I think he got called out. I think he got called out by a lot of people, but he couldn't stand on his own business. I took it like a man. Whatever. If people don't believe me, they don't believe me. You know what I mean? I can't help that. And like I said, I don't blame any veterans. I mean, I'm probably going to get a load of hate off of this, but I've shown you.
There's nothing you can do about that.
There's
is
nothing you can do about it. And Liam's got these little puppets who he's got. Every podcast I go on, let's rubbish it, let's keep rubbishing it to make him look better. It's a very odd concept what he's got, but
I assume when this comes out, he might want to take off his original podcast, or because he'll benefit.
But the thing is, I don't mind the podcast being out. I've never asked for it to be taken down. I'm quite happy with the podcast. Maybe I shouldn't have gone into the stuff I should have gone into, but I felt comfortable in a safe place because he said you can tell me anything. Do you know what I mean? But the whole point of the podcast was not that I'm a cannibal and a mindless fucking beast, and veteran eats human flesh. I make a woman piss herself with a sawn-off shotgun. On Mother's Day, put that short out. It's just it was for views and clicks. I'm just trying to shine a light on. It's just not. It's just I'm going to mention Matt Hardy as well, and I want you to tag him in this because I know he's had problems with Liam as well.
He's the Blade Runner guy, isn't he?
The Blade Runner, yeah. So I know he went on his podcast, suddenly they fell out as well, and then you got Liam telling him to stay in his lane and all this sort of stuff. I mean, this doesn't fill me full of joy, and it's not. It's not what I was going to do, and I wasn't going to do another podcast because
a bad experience.
It was very bad. Is the bad
experience the comments, or is the bad experience particularly Liam with being shown like brother, I'm here for you, and then just thrown under the bus?
Yeah,
is that the bad experience, or is it?
The bad experience is nearly 5 suicide attempts after because I've served my country. I've proved to you today. Well, you've seen the thing. I am exactly who I said I was. And when you've bled for your country and you've got a brotherhood with, I've got friends still in the army, and when they all turn on you because of someone, I don't blame them. I honestly don't. And do you know what? If they, like I said, if they needed help with anything, I'd be the first one there. The thing is, they say to talk. Let's everyone talk. Let's men talk. Let's do this. Let's do that. But when you do talk, you actually get trashed. So that puts you off talking. Do you know what I mean? So in doing that happened. I don't like the lies he's told, but makes out he's honourable. So I think, do you know, it does need calling out. The 5 suicide attempts as well came from just getting hated by people that I thought Would
Part of the
I thought the
brotherhood,
veterans would be on my side. Do you know what I mean? I thought that they might. Do you know what I mean? Just do your due diligence or whatever you wanted. But I served. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into it. I can confirm now that you successfully negotiated agreement with the Ministry of Defence. A deadline. I mean, I'm going for military deafness. I've lost 40% of my
Yeah, I've read it.
hearing.
I've read it. And the Ministry of Defence wouldn't pay somebody or want to pay somebody for hearing loss.
Unless you served. You can't unless you served as a soldier. You can't go for hearing loss, can you? Yeah. So, like I said, with him, I don't get it. I'm just all I'm just doing is if that was the light bulb.
What would you guess? So look, because I've got this podcast about human behaviour and things. So if you pretend it's not you. So look at it. I want you to try and pretend. I've just thought of this now.
Go on.
That's how random my podcast is. So let's pretend someone is telling you this story, and they're saying, "I went on this podcast with this guy. He was the loveliest bloke. He was really caring."
Blowing smoke
afterwards,
up my ass.
and then this is somebody else telling you now this story. Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you're looking at it from an outside perspective. What would you say to that person is why they did and acted like that?
What would I say?
To the person, to the Jimmy. You're talking to a Jimmy, and it's happened to
and
him.
I've just done that to him.
No, you're looking at it from an outside perspective. So you're me, for example.
Yeah.
Or one of the audience members watching, and they're looking at this, and they've seen that they've seen the receipts, like you say, the voice notes, the thing, the actions, blah blah blah. What do you think the reason is that all doesn't match up with what he's saying and what he did? What do you think the reason is?
I can't.
Do you think it's just? Do you think?
I think he got called out.
What do you think the reason is? I mean, like, do you think he's doing it? What's his motivation?
What's his
Is
motivation?
it just as cold as I want the views and the money?
Yeah, it's as cold as I want the views and the money. If you didn't believe me, and why didn't you just tell me that, or say let's put it out as a friend, brother, geezer. Let's put it out when you've got all your stuff. And I've had this stuff for years, but I wasn't going to bother. Do you know what I mean? But when you forced my hand, what did you think? What would you think was going to happen? Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. But I just want to flag all that up. I just want to try and change people's perspective.
So you don't think it's fear? You don't think he's got fear? Because he knows you, he knows your background. Is it a fear thing? Or is it just I don't care about him, it's just all about the views?
Yeah, it's all about the views.
So it's just a cold-heartedness.
Just cold-hardness, views or whatever. I mean, F
him, fuck him, I'm not bothered like that.
Yeah,
I don't care about his mental health. I don't care what he does or he doesn't do. I just want this to be successful. Like that.
Yeah.
So you think it's
chasing success.
It's a ruthless drive.
Ruthless drive, chasing success. I mean, if you lie about one thing, I think you lie about all. So I suppose my mum isn't dead. I suppose I haven't got mental health, which I can prove. I haven't got all the conditions, what I've got conditions. Do you know what I mean? I'm a liar about all, even my boxing career and the unlicensed fights. That's all bullshit, even though he said he recognised me from Caesar's Palace. If you want to go back to it. The trouble is people are going to revert back to his podcast now. You get more clicks and views or whatever, which I don't mind because it's the truth. And if I'm fake, and I'm that fake, then I've not done any. I think if what you tell one lie, it's all bullshit. To me, it is anyway. So, I mean, if he wants to, if you want to stick, actually, now fuck the gloves. If you want to take the gloves off, if you want to have if you think I'm fake, then we'll just have I don't mind.
Straightener.
Yeah, we'll have a straightener. If you think, I mean, you've insulted me, you've insulted my career. You tried to throw me under the bus, and you've besmirched my good name. Not that I had a good name anyway. I would come to that anyway. But
you were proud of your record. You were proud to serve the country. That's the bit you mean.
Yeah.
You're not saying you've been a perfect human being.
Yeah.
You're saying that particular bit to me was one bit of good I did in my life, and you're trying to take it away from me.
You took it away from me.
That's what you're saying, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't put words in your mouth either, by the way.
No. But that's exactly how I felt. So, do you know what I mean? If I'm fake, then fucking put your money where your mouth is.
Well, if he's driven by views and he's a proper bloke, he'd say, "Yeah, let's have a straightener, wouldn't he?"
Let's have a straightener. Let's do a misfits or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If you and then you're put yourself to the test or put me to the test, and then we'll see who can whatever comes out of it, and we'll give it all to charity. I'm not bothered.
I love boxing. I'd watch that one, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, if I don't, yeah, well, I'm not going to blow my own trumpet, but I know how that's going to end up. But yeah, so that's basically. I'm going to put all this out there. Just, I mean, this.
Do you feel? How do you feel now you've said it and you've?
I feel relieved because it's been bugging me for years, but and I couldn't understand why someone would be so. Just I think if something doesn't make sense in my head, then I try to work out the truth behind it. And when he said that to Ant Middleton, I mean, there's better things to talk about than fucking me. Do you know what I mean? 2 years ago, I'm to Ant Middleton, I'm a nobody and a nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I'm my own person or whatever. But when you're talking to a fellow soldier, and I mean fellow soldier, I did serve, proved all that. When you're talking to a fellow soldier and you're trying to get him to agree with you, it's a bit. I don't know. It's just it didn't sit well with me. I went on a blue tick as well with Michael Malvin, and he was an absolute gentleman, doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and it was a brilliant podcast. I went into more, not the military stuff, but the stuff before the military, the sexual abuse, the taking the drugs, groomed as a young child, physically, mentally, and all that sort of stuff. So I went into that side of it, and I still didn't do all this because I don't like all this social media attacking people and back and forth on social media.
Was the military thing mentioned on the Blue Tick podcast?
There was, yeah. He asked me a few questions and I answered them. I said I was in MCTC for 2 years, got dishonourably discharged. I mean, I'd done the field gun in 2012 at the Birmingham Arena. Do you know what I mean, for MCTC, and we actually won and made a new world record. We done it in 1 minute 19. I mean, it's just don't act a certain way. And then pretend you're my friend. I mean, this is 3 months later. Just be a man. Call it out as it is. Just call it out as it is. You should have rung me. You should have told me. We
clearly sound very familiar with each other, so there should be no reason why I can't just give you a call.
No, I'm fucking brother. I'm geezer. I'm your friend. I value you. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you were the one I was fucking all this, and then you suddenly say I didn't believe you from the start.
That
doesn't make sense.
That is harsh. Yeah, I'll give you that. It is harsh.
That's what I'm going to say on that matter. And if you want to test me out, I'm more than willing to. Jump in the ring or do whatever.
I think there's a bloke code there, and you've put it firmly in his court to respond.
Yeah, well,
and anyone wants to respond.
Do you know what I'd like to?
I'm not after the views. You don't have to get me involved. I'm not here for the views.
No,
it's good to get the views, but I'm all right.
I know I know you're not here for the views. That's why I've come on to this one. I've come on to this one because you're an honest man. You're an honest man. Like I showed you. The actual receipts I've got, it's got my regiment number on it, who I served with.
It's addressed you as Sergeant
Mercer. I've got. I shouldn't have to. I've never had to prove myself in my life, but he's made me feel like I've got to prove myself.
This letter confirms that they have military records on you, but they will not give them to you. That's what the letter says.
And let me just say one thing as well while I'm at it, because I screenshotted.
Can I be clear on one thing though? Of course, I'd want views, but what we mean by it is I'm not willing to sell my soul for views. That's what we mean.
That's what.
Because of course I want views.
Yeah.
I want more people to have self-awareness and all those good things.
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be a success for you. But there's a thing on here as well which I googled. If you Google reasons why you wouldn't get your military.
Are you going to go into the?
But you're going
to say why or not?
Yeah, I'm going to. The reason why you wouldn't get your military records says 2, national security and sensitivity. What did it say in that letter? It's sensitive and it's.
Yeah, but you're going to say why? Because I know the reason why. Are you going to say the reason why or not?
No, I'm not going to. But
no,
it's the serve. It's If the service record contains details about specialised units, intelligence operations, or specific deployments methods that are still considered sensitive to those sections, will be redirected or the whole file withheld. Prejudice of security under Freedom of Information Act. Now, that said that in that letter, did it not?
Yes.
Am I right or wrong?
It did say in that letter.
The Freedom of Information Acts of the Ministry of Defence or equivalent to the department can refuse release if it could jeopardise the security of effectiveness of the current forces. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I didn't go in the right way, which is all out on the internet. Go and have a look.
Yeah, that's the bit I meant. Yeah, that bit.
I didn't go in the right way.
But we're not going to mention that now, though.
I don't mind if you want to dive into that. Yeah, I changed my name. My name's not Mercer, it's Roche. Everything else is in Mercer because I changed my name. I married my wife.
And he slipped through the net, which is why the army didn't want to. That's why.
This is the government we're talking about. Now, the Dozen is well known for bashing the government. Everything's hate. Everything's hating Islam. Everyone's hating this. Everyone's hating that. And this needs to be done. This needs to be done. And it's. I look at it and just sometimes I pops up on YouTube and have a look and I just think, it's more
repetitive.
More hate, repetitive hate. Views. But yeah, so that's. I mean, that's all I've got really to say.
Do you think in his world, if Islam was banned tomorrow, just his views would drop off because nothing else to talk about?
He'd drop off the face of the earth, I think, because he's made his podcast like that. But before that, he was having quite interesting people on there, and I quite enjoyed his company. I mean, it's not a witch hunt. I don't actually hate the man. I hate what he's done. But again, I mean, one thing I will say, I've been used for extreme violence. I've been used sexually. I've been used for a lot of things over the years. But I mean, fucking experiences I've had. I've never been used for clickbait. You know what I mean? And do you know what? It's been an experience.
You've brought it into the modern era, haven't you?
Well, there you go. I've been used for everything else, and now I'm getting used for clickbait. But the reason I've come here today, and I really hope that I can humanise myself. I know you will try and humanise me.
But you are, Jimmy, it's because you are human.
Oh yeah, well, it's a lot of people. There is a little bit of human left in me. There is definitely. I mean, I've got a big heart. I'll help anyone out. Everyone who knows me should drop in the comments.
Do you know how many times, right? Me and Jimmy have had this conversation, right? This is the really inner Jimmy, if you like. Want to just serve and do good, and the amount of times I've got voice notes, right? If to prove, if anyone needs to hear them, but of him saying, I want your podcast to be a success, I want you to get views, so that is a very serving nature. That's a good nature, and my response has always been, don't worry about me and my views. Let's just have a chat, and then that's the best way. But so what I'm saying is that shows, or when you say to humanise you, I think that just says a lot in itself, doesn't it? Why would someone look at somebody else and not see another human being? And what is prevalent amongst society? We actually touched on it, didn't we? A lot of people who have natural judgment about them haven't had much happen. You find that same type of character. Yeah. They haven't had any trauma. Nothing's really happened. They're quite an all right life. And they're the ones that cast the most judgment. The people that have had a chaotic life or a bit of trauma, they don't seem to have that judgment. And they also, I think, I have trust in my audience or the audience. When I put clips out of people, the judgment's off the scale. Like Luke Dyson was a great example.
He's great. I like.
But the prejudgment of him is off the scale. He's obviously just a thick fighter, meathead, and all that sort of stuff. You're like, watch the podcast, and then you see, and like Algie, we mate from Nottingham, you've been in prison a few times. Yeah, that you can just know there's prejudgment there. But then when they actually watched, and then you see the judgment will fall away because all you can do is take a snapshot of that person now. I have done things, not on your level, Jimmy. Yeah. I have done things that are wrong. I've harmed others. I have hurt others. I have been violent. I've done these things, drug, whatever it is in my past. But that doesn't, not who I am right now, sat here. And
you can't change it.
You can't, nothing about it. But which flows into, but I want to restart this podcast, but I was going to hold this thought, which is what I was going to say.
A couple more things as well.
Oh, yeah. Because I was going to say to that, how I know from what you said that how much it tortures you daily, that past, and that's as humans. How do we? So that's a separate one. Let's pause that one.
Come into that.
Let's box off Liam so I can start this one then.
1 second, just 1 second. I'd just like some Christians. If there's Christian community out there, I mean, this is one of the most insulting fucking things I've ever heard. If I'm honest, I mean, this is
what's this one?
This is how fake of a man he is. It's just,
we're back. It was on Liam.
Just 2 seconds. Just one more.
Yes, all right.
And then because the Christian community, I mean, the Christian community is massive. I mean, this is just disgusting.
This is the River Jordan, and that's where people are getting baptised. And I've got all the gear that you've got to wear to get baptised, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because the priest or the bishop ask you before you get baptised, have you sworn yourself to God? Have you aligned yourself with Christ? And I haven't. I'm not religious, and I never will be. So I'll do it for the sake of doing it, to embrace the culture and the experience, but I won't do it at the expense of my own integrity, and I won't lie.
What integrity?
For the sake of lying, I've got to be true to me and I've got to be true to them. And it's disrespectful to them and disrespectful to myself if I'm going to bullshit my way into the River of Jordan. So if they allow it, I'm going to do it. And if they don't, I won't.
Right, so right, you have someone who has just denounced God but wants to get baptised. That to me is the most insulting thing I've ever heard. I mean, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I'm in Christianity at the moment, and I'm getting baptised in a month's time. And there's people out there who would give their fucking right arm to go into the River Jordan and get baptised. But he's denounced God, said he doesn't believe in it. I just want to do it for the experience. What the if there's any Christians or anyone, but
it's like a paradox, isn't it? I know what you mean. Like,
but this is fake. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I'll just jump in the Jordan River, get baptised. That's what Christians do. You don't denounce God and say you don't believe in him. But I wouldn't mind jumping in there and seeing what getting baptised is like.
I must say, I don't know.
That's fucking weird.
I don't know the facts behind it, but on the surface level, yeah, that looks really bad. On the surface level, I don't know. He's not here to defend himself, but that on the surface level, yeah, that looks.
I'm just
proper.
shining a light on the character of this man. Yeah. I'm just.
Another example.
Yeah, another example of I'm denouncing God and I'm going to go and get baptised into it. But you get baptised to be a Christian and come out that water as a Christian, not just for the crack. You know what I mean? So if there's any Christians out there who want to jump in the comments, please fucking if just tell me if that's right or wrong, because I think I found it really insulting because I am religious. I grew up as, like I said, a Jehovah's Witness, and I've read the Bible 5 times. I spent time in prison, and I know the Bible. I mean, I know all the stories. Samson, Delilah. I know Psalms is in the middle, Revelations at the end, Genesis at the start. I know scriptures. I was in it for a long time. I know stuff, but you don't. I'm really, really shocked that you.
Did he put that out? That's out there. That is.
He put that on his Instagram.
Was that a long time ago?
Yeah, a while back when
he's still there. Is it then? Or?
It's still, yeah, it must be still. I think he put on his story, and my auntie saw it, and she says, "You'll never guess. He's denounced God and getting baptised." And why? But what, for clicks and views again?
Sorry, 2 seconds. Hi, Aunt Sal.
And so he's getting again. It's I'm going to go and do this for clicks and views. There's no substance behind the man. Do you know what I mean? He thinks he's doing good, but he's ruined my life. I mean, I've had my problems, but he's made them problems bigger problems for me.
When he knows you're going through it anyway.
When he knows you're going through it anyway. He's just admitted it on a voice note. Just say, I know you have good days and bad days and you suffer with your mental health.
But anyway.
Let's push him to the limits to the limits of fucking suicide. And I carried on trying to commit suicide. I'm not going to go into it, but I wasn't even going to be here today, if I'm honest. I told you that story earlier, but I had to go and have myself in
Yeah.
because of something. But we'll come on to that. So
Don't.
let's box off that.
That's
Liam.
So I'll whole box it off. Anybody with half a brain cell can see what he's trying to say, why he's trying to say it, and so the listener and me, the outsiders, if you like, between what's happened. Jimmy has been quite clear with facts and voice notes, and everything's been quite factual. He hasn't been raging and banging the table about angry. And he's been very calm. He said the facts. He says and about his mental health, and that Liam knew it. And so that's that. And that's why he's done it. And I think anyone with half a brain cell will see that. And it's now, if Liam cares, he'll respond. If he doesn't care, he won't respond. But I think either way, it'll say a lot about the man, the way he responds.
Yeah, well,
I think that's...
If he come to me and said, "Look, sorry, I apologise. I shouldn't have done that." I don't agree with having someone in your house and then making out your friend as a game, and then trying to destroy their life when you know they've got mental health issues, but yet you advocate for mental health. I think it's dangerous. I think he's a danger.
That's
honestly.
Well, there might be other people that put their hand up and go, "Do you know what? He was like that with me, or he like that with me, or."
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that'll happen. I'm not. Do you know what? I wish him all the best. Actually, I'm just.
Yeah, you're not guessing. Guessing.
I'm just shining a light on the way he made me feel a type of way.
It's your nature to fight back and give it back, and you've given it back, and you say, "Hey, there's the facts. That's that."
My nature would be years ago.
Yeah, well,
absolutely. Fucking I don't know. I might not eat for a week and then do whatever. But it's not in my nature anymore to do that. But I don't think you should be going around saying things like that when you haven't got.
Have a guess at what you think his response will be. We'll close it with your guess on what you think his response will be.
I'm hoping.
No, what you think it will be.
What you think it will be.
What you think he will be.
I think.
Do you just ignore it, not even address it, and just completely ignore it?
I think he'll make something up, or he'll.
But he can't now because he's got to be proof driven, hasn't it? You've done voice notes, and he'll have to match it. You can't just make something up. You can't.
I'd like to think then that you might message and say, "Look, I did wrong. I apologise if I've nearly ruined you, your wife's, and your family's. I mean, she's been absolutely traumatized by the podcast, and I was only trying to do good. And as well, there was a lot of good stuff in there, and the moral of the story was not to do that stuff. The moral of the story was to not glorify it at all. It was I'll raise money for charities.
Did he clip that? Did he put them out in clips as well?
No. This is what I mean. None of the good stuff I did was have a look at the shorts. There's not one saying he done this, he done that. I raised money for this charity, raised money for that charity. No, it was just left on the cutting room floor. Was
it in the full length podcast? Did he keep it in the full length podcast?
No, it wasn't in the the good stuff. You could see
completely out the podcast altogether. It's cut it out.
Yes, he cut out, and
That's harsh.
you can see the bottle of water here, and it'll probably stay here. Do you know what I mean? But on the podcast, if you have a look, we've got a bottle of water there 1 minute, and suddenly it's gone. Do you know what I mean? Because he's cut that bit out because it is good. It was all for views and clicks, and I don't know why he's done it to me, but let's box that off.
That's
anyway.
That's that. Right, we're gonna.
One second. It's not another thing about Liam. Can I go to the toilet?
It's a good way to do it. But just before you do,
go on.
I think you've handled that, by the way, really good and really respectful.
I really appreciate it. This is exactly why I come in here.
Yeah, because you haven't done it in a. Yeah, I think you come across really well then.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought I'd just tell you that bit.
That's all right. It's been a pleasure.
And it's been great.
That hasn't been a pleasure yet. We'll see.
You mean by that because we've been chatting, haven't we? We have been chatting.
Yeah, you're a good bloke.
We've been chatting. So yeah, it has been lovely.
That's why I picked this one.
And he did pick me. And I did say yeah. Because I don't say yes to everybody.
No one ever says no to me.
yeah, I was like, okay, Jimmy, whatever you say, Jimmy. No. So, Jimmy, you know what I'm going to ask you, don't you? Is my first question. It's the only planned question on the podcast.
The only planned question. Go on.
Jimmy Roche, who are you?
To me, that's a very interesting question because obviously I'm a dad. I'm a husband. And I'd say I'm a survivor. That's who I say that's who I'd say I am. But the other flip side of that is who am I? It's very difficult to tell with the amount of mental health issues that I've got what I'm going to be every day. So who I am, it depends where I go because I put this mask on. This is like the human mask. So I put this mask on if I need to, which is very, very draining. But I don't like to project my. I could walk around all day crying and being. I suffer with depression anyway, but I could walk around crying all day and being miserable and worrying about stuff and all that stuff. I try and put that to back of it all. So some days I wake up and I'm not myself. So who am I? That day I'm depressed. Who am I? That day I'm someone else, or I've got to act a certain way, or I've got a meeting with a psychiatrist or something like that. But generally, I'm a human being with a massive heart who just wants to help people. And obviously, I don't think there's anyone who can say that they haven't made mistakes in their life. And all I'm trying to do is deal with the mistakes that I've made. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So I would. It's a good answer, and I've never asked somebody that question who's as complex as you are.
Okay.
It's like you're above my pay grade. Do you know what I mean?
Paid them.
No, you know what I mean. Like
Paid, you know.
So, like, for people that don't know, Jimmy's had a very. I've had guests on that have had checkered past and been naughty, if you like the word naughty in that criminal way.
Or sexual.
But Jimmy's is a different level of darkness, I suppose is another way of putting it. So all those, what I'm going to try and ask you then, I suppose, let me just try and rephrase that question a little bit more for you to make it unique to you, is who were you before any first traumatic event happened? So, for example, do you see what I mean? Before that first thing happened to Jimmy, little Jimmy, James, who was he? Is it like if someone's? I'm not helping you putting words in your mouth. That mine might have been. Oh, I love running around cowboys and Indians and playing. And what was it? Who was you before anything happened? Really?
I was just I grew up in Birmingham.
Are you from Birmingham?
I'm from Birmingham. So I was just. I got a picture at home. I still got on my fridge. I was on a swing with a pair of red welly boots on. I was just a normal child, really, just a normal child, just growing up.
How old there?
I must have been about 4 there or something like that. But yeah, I was just a normal child, just growing up.
What's your earliest core memory? Have you got an earliest core memory? Even something daft like eating cereal at the. I don't know. What's the early? If you could try and find your earliest core memory.
Falcon Lodge. I remember being in a masonette and my mum running up and down the stairs with me because I was laughing. We lived in a masonette. That's probably one of the first memories I've got. It's funny I can remember things from years ago, but you can't remember things from last week.
It's mad, isn't it? I know.
Yeah.
So that's like, what age is that then?
Oh, about 4 years old or whatever. That's the first memory. And we grew up as a normal family. My mum had, my mum and my dad were together at the time, and so there's 4 of us all together.
You have a brother or sister then?
Yeah, I got 2 brothers and a sister.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You're still in contact with them all?
No, I don't speak to any of my family anymore. That's I'm going to come on to that, but I haven't got any family. I've got no one apart from my Auntie Sally.
Aunt Sal, I was about to say, you can't not mention Aunt Sal.
Aunt Sal, which is my dad's brother's wife, who's just, I don't know, she's taken the role as my mum, I suppose, really, because the conversations I have with her, I would be having with my mum every time I got a problem. I sort of run to her. My wife as well is very understanding of my needs. My head is a minefield, so she does a very best. Do you know what I mean? And I appreciate her.
Your wife or your Aunt Sal, or both?
But both.
Both, yeah.
Both. But my wife is there for me all the time. But my Aunt Sally, when things go wrong, is the next point of call, sort of thing. So
The place to go to.
yeah.
When, because I know you're very honest about that you take drugs to help with your chaotic mind, if you like.
Yeah.
So if they all stopped tomorrow, do you know what would come out? What would Jimmy be like?
Well, this is what worries me. I'm in recovery at the moment, and I'm scared of what's underneath.
How many have you had? How many drugs you take, sorry?
I mean, what am I supposed to take?
Yeah.
This is the thing. I'm going to come on here and be honest. When I go out to forces, my head was just mashed. I just lost my career. I spent time in MCTC, so I come out. My mind was chaotic. So what I'd done was I started self medicating. So I found that diazepam out, Xanax. I was on half a bottle of morphine a day. But the thing is,
This is just at home now, like just by yourself.
just daily. Just
Are you living by yourself? I mean, or
yeah, I was down in the south coast in a place called Seaton.
so you're out of the army now. Or what's MCT? Is that the prison?
That's the glass house.
Yeah, glass house, isn't it? Yeah.
They call it.
So you're out of there now. You're at home.
Yeah.
And you're just self-medicating. Is that because of the life before the army, or because of what you've seen and done in the army as well? Is it like just a mixture of everything?
Well,
so you've been forced to stop, and you're like, fuck this shit, and just take these things.
Through the age of 10, I mean, I've always had an ADHD, but I've only just got diagnosed for that now. But from the age of 10 onwards, it's just been absolute chaos. I've never had a break. I've never had a chance really with the people around me. I mean, I can go into depth for that if you want, but
It means like 100 miles per hour life, you mean, sort of thing, from the age of 10.
well,
Like no chance to stop and reflect.
I never had never had a chance to stop and reflect about anything really, because I had just bad people around me all the time. So I'm not just a family member. I mean, I got sexually abused when I was 10 years old by 2 babysitters. This is all stuff that I've covered on other podcasts. But by doing that, it sort of, I don't know, it makes you grow up. I mean, especially when you're 10, you think you're older than your days. So I never actually had the girlfriend experience, or the like the holding hands, the kissing, the stuff like that. The way it's meant to progress, it was always just get your pajamas off, we're doing this. And some of the things they'd done was absolutely disgusting, thinking about it now. But I just thought that was normal. But obviously it's not. Do you know what I mean? So I grew up very quickly. So I'm thinking these girls are 17, 18. So I'm thinking, I'm pulling girls at that age. Do you know what I mean? So I think, to my mind, I'm thinking I'm their age as well. So yeah, that's what happened with that. And I never, by then my mum and dad had split up, so I never had a father figure. So, you know, I'm not saying I had daddy issues, but I never had anyone, not that he was any good anyway, I'm probably better off that he did go. He's been to be honest, he's been an heroin addict since he was, 12 years old or something like that. He's never stopped taking out. He's an alcoholic. He's
still alive?
He's an absolute machine.
I was about to say,
a fucking machine. Do you know what pisses me off? He's got a full head of hair. And this is why I come on this podcast quickly, okay? Because I know this is probably my last one before I go bald. But yeah, he's an absolute machine, my dad. He's got cancer at the moment. I don't speak to him anymore because
your family fell out with you, or have you fell out with them? You don't have to go into it.
I'm not their people. My brother writes. He's a very clever man. My brother writes stories. He's got his own podcast.
He's got his own podcast.
Yeah, he's got his own podcast. No, he does Hollywood's stories. I really respect my brother because he's he started off with nothing. He come from the same background as I did. He started doing a little Hollywood old movies podcast in his little thing under the stairs. He wrote a book. He sold it to Amazon, so he gets money off of that. He's got 3 lovely children. They're all absolutely unique in their own ways. But
So he distanced himself from you, you mean?
well, it's just we grew up. We come up so different. We've just got not a lot in common. But don't hate him or nothing like that. But because of the things in the life I've led, my
completely
sister
different
doesn't
path.
want to know me. I haven't spoke to her for 20 odd years. My brother, I don't know where he is. I've got a half brother in Liverpool. I don't see him. And my older brother, do you know what I mean? But even my sister's got seven children. She's got 7 children. She homeschools them because she doesn't like the outside world and stuff like that. So I'll take me out to her as well. But she was doing really well at what she was doing until she had 7 kids. But yeah,
That'd be very stressful.
but the road I went down, I don't know, maybe it's the gene pool. The road I went down was the criminal road. But whether, I'm not saying the roaches are great or whatever, but everything that we seemed to, like, he wanted to do that and he got that done. My sister always wanted a big family, so she's got that done. I went down a dark road, and I
Did that to the best of your ability.
I got to the top of where I needed to be, and it's not like, I'm not saying I'm glorifying or anything, but that's the road I chose, and I was very successful in what I'd done in that arena.
So you know the things that torture your mind, if you like, or your soul, are a mixture of things like that you've seen when you were serving, that you physically did or had to do as part of the career you were in. When did someone decide that you need to take tablets? What? So you self-medicated. That's where we were. We were at the self-medication stage at the moment. So you come out of the army, self-medicating, and then there must have been a stage from there. So you'd been into criminality before you went in the army, didn't you? And then there's a bit after the army.
Well, there's a family member who thought he was the big man. Always thought he was a big man. He used to say, I've run Swindon and all this lot. But so I sort of looked up to him. Now, he used to come in my bedroom when I was about, 12, 13. And he used to have 2 bowls. And he used to make speed. So he used to put the base in one bowl and whatever, and then put it through the sieve. And he's teaching me how to make drugs, basically, keeping all the money in my room. He's getting people to drop off stolen goods and then sending other people around to pick the money up. But now looking at it I'm nearly 50 now, but now looking at it now, I can't stand him. I've got a massive family, but I don't talk to any of them anymore because especially him. He's got 2 kids himself. I'm sure he's not doing that with them, but but at the time, I used to think it was clever at that age, and as well, thought I was older than my age. I got sexually abused as well when I was 13 by a 21-year-old as well. So I don't know, it must have been a very handsome young man. I don't know what it was, but sorry if I said that.
No.
But I use humour as defence.
It's your experience. It's your experience. Yeah.
Use humour as defence mechanism sometimes because it is upsetting. Because I don't know. It's used on an industrial scale, really. But yeah, and then I was taught how to do this, make a quick buck. Excuse me. Then I was taught how to make a buck. So easy money, I'm thinking, great. So my, I was going to say, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm never, ever going to mention any names about anything because I don't think it's your own man. If you got to bring other people's names in it to get validation or whatever, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So he was taught. He kept everything around Mum's house. So the speed, the stolen goods, stolen mountain bikes. I used to sell the mountain bikes at school and make a tenner here and there and stuff like that. So criminality come with age, and I just grew up as a criminal. That's the only way I can explain it. So I knew how to make speed. I used to take speed at 12 years old. I'm having sex with 18-year-old girls on a regular basis. So I was drinking in the pubs when I was 14. I knew 2 doormen up there. One of them has just passed, actually. I'll mention his name because he's not here anymore. Josh is a very good friend of mine. But there was these 2 brothers, and they were like the men round the town, the big men. I mean, everyone feared them and all that sort of stuff. And I sort of liked that. So I sort of gravitated towards that with the drugs and with the sex and all this sort of stuff. I had a 20-year-old's brain by the time I was 13. Do you know what I mean? So that's just the way I come up.
So what I'm trying to delve into, because when did something kick in your brain or change in your brain?
Sorry, yes, you did ask that question.
It's all right. It's all right.
I just want to say...
No, we need that background. We need that background, but I don't want to force the background out of you.
No.
I don't want to... You know what I mean?
I just want to say as well, before we go any further, I'm heavily sedated all the time. I mean, I take... I'm not answering your question again, am
It's
I?
all right. It's my job to remember. You carry on.
Right. So I take 50 milligram of quetiapine in the morning. That's my dose. That would usually knock a human being out, but it doesn't with me. My brain spins around so fast that my psychiatrist said that brain spins around at 200 mile an hour. So you need stuff to slow it down. So she said, instead of like, say I wanted to go and dig a hole over there, to use an example, I wouldn't be thinking about digging a hole or actually getting the hole dug. I'd be thinking about what's going on in the future, or what might happen to a daughter in the future, or worrying about stuff, because I'm constantly in survival mode. So I've been given metazapine for the CPTSD. I'm just about to get me medication for the ADHD, which I've known I've had all my life, really, but they've just, because I'm going through recovery and all that sort of stuff, then I'm going to get that sorted as well. So I'm on all sorts of medication. So and then I take another 150 milligram of quetiapine. I don't know, before I go to bed, usually about 4 o'clock. And I'm meant to be on a certain script, but I'm not a liar, so I'm just going to come out with it anyway. I buy them off the black market. They're reducing me down slowly and they're doing a fantastic job. But I have asked for detox unit. It's the only way I'm going to get off it. But they won't listen to what I'm saying. So they are giving me a prescription of diazepam, but it's not enough to slow my brain down. I thought the metazapine and the 45 milligram of metazapine and the quetiapine might help, but I don't know. Maybe it's a spiritual thing. I'm not 100% sure, or it's a mental thing, or they just put me in a category. I'm a schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic. So maybe they just put me in a category of that. Right, that's the medicine you should take, and that's that. So I mean, these people are qualified. So I mean, I'm one of these people who'll give anything a try. So I'm just trying.
Let me just pause you, because you were about to say, I know you didn't say it, but you were about to say, so that's why I might go off here and over there with my stories.
Yes.
And then you didn't. You actually did that without doing it. So that's what he was going to explain.
Well, at least you know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. So that's what he was going to explain.
So I've
said that bit, and then yeah. So then, have you remembered now? Have you? Yeah. So
I remember now.
Yeah. So I was going to say, what the first time you had to start taking these things, who diagnosed and decided you needed these things? What was happening to you where they go, look, you need to start taking this? And by the way, just quickly, is actually, what time did you get up? 4 a.m. Did a 10-mile run this morning, hadn't you?
Oh, no, it's
2 in the
4
morning.
o'clock, that's insulting. I was up about 1:30.
Sorry, 1:30.
I don't sleep.
He's got up, he's done a 10-mile run, then he's driven to Cheshire. Yes, and he's on them, obviously, the high dose of these.
Sedated.
Yeah,
I've taken all the medication I need.
But you still function, you're still strong
I train every day. I run ultra marathons. I'm going to come out into the good stuff.
Yeah, later on. So the first time you had to be medicated, what was you seeing or feeling or thinking?
I had a breakdown about 2 years ago. This is probably why I get sectioned a lot, because There's a red man that follows me around.
And you're okay talking about this?
Yeah. The devil's got hold of me. I sold my soul years ago. I made a deal, or whatever you want to call it. So
Consciously made a deal or accidentally made a deal?
I don't know how it happened, but it's just the devil's always been in me. It's inside me. I don't know. I hear voices. It makes me do things normal people wouldn't do
or consider doing. Yeah.
So what I try and do every morning is get up and try and beat my brain, which is very difficult because of the trauma what I've suffered. So what I try and do is I will get up at 1:30, or I can't sleep one night, so I will go to the gym, and I'm going to veer off again now.
Sorry, we'll be right.
I'm going to veer off again because this is part of the story. When I come out the forces, I self-harmed. Now this, I just wanted to feel something. I like pain. For some reason, I like pain. The things I've done in the past, I'm not proud of. The lives I've ruined, the people I've hurt, the stuff I've done in Afghanistan, especially, doesn't make me feel great. I mean, I'm not going to touch on all that actually, but so I self-harmed because I felt I needed to punish myself. I punish myself every day.
Now, even now,
now, today, that like an 11-mile run.
Till it hurts.
It break till I train to excess. Whatever I do to excess. It's never just I don't half-ass anything. If I do something, I'll do it.
What have the psychiatrists said when you tell them this? What do they say?
They try and slow me down, or
with drugs.
With drugs,
yeah. Don't they ever try and get in there
to
and
the core?
Yeah.
It's all.
What do they say?
I'm on trauma therapy at the minute. It's what I'm doing at the moment. Trauma therapy. So, but yeah.
How do they say you should deal? Because obviously, I'm not a psychiatrist, obviously, but like energetically and spiritually and whatever my path is, with books and stuff, and touched on psychology. But what's their view on someone who say who's done things, there's bad things happen to them that they've done to other people? They can't say, yeah, that's right, Jimmy, you've got to punish yourself forever. That can't be the answer.
No.
It can't be. What do they say?
They're trying to stop me doing that.
But how do they get it in? Because you're now at a stage in your life where you feel, obviously you're about to be baptised, aren't you?
I'm about to be baptised in a month's time. Yeah.
Congratulations.
As a Christian, I'm. This is the thing with me. All I'm trying to do is be a better human being.
We'll jump there.
Yeah,
we'll jump there. But what I mean is, what do they say is the answer, like without drugs and stuff, to say, look, you can stop beating yourself up now or whatever. And what is there? Do they go in there? Do they try and talk about that side of things?
But this is.
Do they say it's okay, Jimmy, that you did them things, or do they say, look, it's never okay you did them things, Jimmy, but there's nothing you can do about them now? Or how do they deal with it?
This is what I mean. It's just all talking.
You talking or them?
Them talking. I mean, I've asked for places. I've asked to be sectioned before. I've asked to be put in a safe place. But all they seem to do is talk. I don't think the psychiatrist is doing me any good whatsoever, because every time I go in there, I'm sort of I'm never in a great mood. I put a mask on all the time,
which is draining.
Which is that if you try. I mean, I'll give you an example. I walk up the street and I see someone I know, and I think, oh no. I don't really want to talk to him. But when he sees me, I'm like, oh, mate, how you doing? All right? And my persona suddenly changes. Or I walk in the shop and, all right, my darling, blah, 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 blah. I'll say, have a bit of banter or talk. And so I'm sort of masking that nothing's wrong. And if the suicide attempt worked one day, then I know for a fact I'm going to say, I don't know why he done that. He was the most happiest bloke in the world. But it's always the case. It's always the case. So to answer your question, I had a breakdown. I started to run and I just broke down and just started crying my eyes out, and I run combat stress. and went through the process with them. This has been going on for 2 years now, mind. Had a conversation with them, talking. They couldn't take me in because of the state of my mental health. They no one wanted to take responsibility for me. So then I tried the Royal British Legion, Op Courage. I mean, I've got all the paperwork.
Yeah,
down
I've
here.
seen them.
You've
I've seen them.
right?
I can validate.
You can validate Op Courage, SAFA, Royal British Legion. I've tried every single veterans, and I'm not rubbishing them or whatever. But I mean,
Richie does.
Richie does, yeah. Well, do you know what? I agree with him because, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but a man from the Royal British Legion came out to see me at Brinkworth Golf. Sorry, Brinkworth Golf Course. With a mental health nurse, and I told him what I do in the mornings. I can't sleep. I'm all I do is have visions, nightmares, serious PTSD.
What's CPSD, by the way?
Complex post-traumatic stress disorders. So
you've told them that.
I told them all this stuff. I'm an absolute suicide case. I'm obsessed with death at the minute. I'm obsessed with death.
At the minute, like
now,
recent time,
yeah. I mean, yesterday. I'll come to that in a minute. I nearly never come here today. So
is that because of the guilt or the things that have happened to you because of guilt?
It's not about living or wanting to. It's about living with the things you've done.
That's what I mean. It's like a guilt thing.
It really is guilt, and I'm really trying to do the right thing now. Do you know what I mean? And
if you went on this earth yesterday,
yeah,
all the people that you are going to help would lose out, wouldn't they? All the people you want to and all the good you want to do. They
would lose out, yeah. But so selfishly, I don't. When you get into this dark hole of depression, I mean, anyone who's jump in the comments. But when you get down and that low, and you
can't think straight.
You can't think straight, and you feel worthless. You just want to get off the earth as soon as possible. You think it's the best idea in the world, but then 3 days later, I think, what the fuck? I've got a daughter of 15 years old. You know what I mean? I've got a son as well who's 25 now. I think something like that.
You still see them?
No. I see my little girl. I don't see my boy. That's another story for another time. But
was you in his life for a while and then not, or is he just never really
couple
been?
Of years.
You were in his life a couple of years.
But
when he was younger,
I wasn't a very nice man back then, I got myself in a lot of trouble with a lot of very, very unsavoury, nasty people. And I thought I did the right thing by him.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, because the gangsters, I hate using that fucking word, gangsters, but nasty people. You know what I mean? They go for your family. That's what my niche was. You always hit them in the family first and then come to them last. That's what you do. But yeah, so I had a breakdown. Rung all these different charities. Like I said, the Royal British Legion came out with a mental health nurse and said, you're a big, strong man. Look at you. You're running marathons. You're raising money for charity. You're doing good stuff. You're on the right path and all this lot. And this is an email after I've broke my heart and cried, and really tried to
reach out,
bang it home as much as I can. If I didn't think I was going to make last Christmas, I didn't make a feeling. I can't plan anything in the future because I don't know what mood I'm going to wake up the next day, and it's a fucking challenge every day. Every day's a challenge. I like a challenge, but I just want a fucking break.
Yeah, have a break
from my brain.
Well, they've just given you the crack on, haven't they? Then I suppose, which is what Rich's film's about: selling veterans to just crack on.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
So they more or less told you to crack on.
Yeah, and then you try and talk to people or open up a story. I mean, this is going to come at the end of this podcast, or you talk about stuff and you just get bashed for it. So I got an email after seeing a mental health nurse from a Royal British Legion, even though they got millions and millions. I mean, I must have made millions and millions because I was made pop. That's where all the poppies come from, MCTC. So
Oh,
I
is
spent
it?
a long time. Yeah, well, we sat and made them.
I didn't know that's where they were.
Well, I'm not saying all the poppies.
Yeah,
that's a comment. We used to make them all day. Poppies in there as something to do. So he emailed me a couple of weeks later and just said, "You're a big, strong man. Blah blah blah. You're doing all right. But if you need any curtains for your new place, I was sofa surfing at the time. If you need any curtains for your new place or a settee, give us a shout.
I'm your man."
And I'm just like, do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking,
ridiculous.
wow. Do you know what I mean? So I've tried, and another thing as well, Safa. Now I've run countless marathons for them and raised a hell of a lot of money, and I found a place called Tom Harrison House in Liverpool, and I was under the psychiatrist there for a bit who took her time, not getting paid or anything like that, because she was worried about me. Lovely woman, I'm not going to mention her name again, but she used to speak to me on a Zoom call every week, and that was my goal, to get there, but I needed funding. So this is why I'm in CGL at the minute, so I can get the help that I need.
What do you need funding for? What was that for? Sorry.
Tom Harrison House, which is a veteran-run rehabilitation.
But you've got to
centre.
pay for it yourself.
Well, I haven't. If I go, it's about 14 grand.
Bloody hell.
But so if I go through CGL, they can get government funding.
Right,
If I
so-
lived in Liverpool, I'd be in there by now, but I don't.
Right.
And it's the only place, the only place, I mean, out of the Royal British Legion, SAFA, Op Courage, Trauma Breakthrough. I run half marathons for Trauma Breakthrough, raise a load of money for them. I don't know if I said it, Op Courage. Basically, I've tried every single veterans charities there is, and it fucking pisses me off sometimes when you watch telly. And these adverts come on saying, we've got all this, we can help. All you need to do is ring this number. All they do is signpost you to someone else, then signpost you to someone else. And then Op Courage, I thought I might get some funding. So I spoke to, I don't know, mention his name, his name's Adam, I'll give you that one. But I spoke to him for about a month, and I said, listen, it doesn't make me feel good, keep talking and opening up and telling you all this stuff. It doesn't. It makes me feel sad after I finish talking, because I've just gone through all my life, my life's been absolute hell, really. And I'm not saying, I'm not acting a victim. I'm not sitting here acting a victim. I caused it all myself.
But you're saying, you're reaching out. And then
all I'm doing is talking. So I said to him, is there anything at the end of this? Am I going to get any funding at the end of this? Am I going to, are you going to get me to where I need to go? So I want to go there. And he said, well, no, I can't really do that, but I can signpost you to this charity. So basically all I've done for the last 2 years is get signposted. So I've given up on the veteran side of it.
What a shame.
And what they say is is not what they do. So I've given up on that. I rung Safa. This is not a funny thing, obviously, but I raised so much money for them, running for them. I've even said, could you fund me? And I will. You know how much I've raised for you. If you fund me the money to get the help I need, I'll give it you back. I'll do them runs and I'll give you the money back. I'll pay it back. It'd be like a loan. And they still wouldn't give me the funding. It's just madness. I don't get it.
Well, that's what Rich's aim is doing. That's what he's doing. That's his
I'm
little
really
mission.
pleased I
That's
met
his
him. He's
mission.
a lovely fella as well. Do you know what I mean? If that's his mission, I'm on board.
It's his
with it.
mission.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, he calls them out. So they. So you're what I'm trying to pinpoint, I suppose, is the point where you've gone, that they've gone, maybe not the veteran side, there's NHS or whatever.
It is the NHS.
Yeah, have gone. This guy needs this tablet, that tablet. He's having. Do you know what I mean? Then these and the things that, like you said, you had, I don't know, his voices or whatever it is, or the Red Man, which we're talking about. When did they start? When did that start?
These happened a long.
Like teenage years, or we're talking like late 20s, after the army, before the army?
Well, my sister always used to say I had the devil in me from when I was a young age. I was always very volatile, but you could box that off as ADHD or whatever, or just being a naughty child. I was always a naughty child. I was always getting in trouble, into fights. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not trying to impress anyone or say I'm this and I'm that or whatever. It's not that sort of podcast. I've done all that. So where were we again?
So I was wondering, when did have you got an early memory of that mental health change, that real go over the edge change, where you're thinking, okay, no, that's a voice, or that's the you know what I mean, those sides.
Do you know what? I don't know when it happened, but I've got so used to it. There's about 6 people living in my brain at the moment now, and one of them just hums all the time, and it's really fucking annoying. But
it must be torture.
It's this is it.
And the drugs aren't working then. The drugs don't.
The drugs, they all they do is like they sedate.
Stop you getting aggressive about it. Stop you getting irritated by it.
Stop you getting. Well, it doesn't even stop the voices or the noise in my head, but it does quieten down a bit, and I can function in normal life. I mean, I've not got. I did have a job until I did a podcast a couple of years ago. I was working for a company called PHS, but I'd done a podcast, and then someone's seen it or whatever, and I was working in dentists and fitting air conditioning, and they said we can't
have you on the team anymore.
Yeah. It's not going to be. We're not going to be with us anymore. So I lost that, and then.
Did they say that was the reason?
Well, not in so many words, but it was the reason. Because one of my mates said that. Nowadays, seen that, then do you know what I mean?
They can't have that.
Yeah. So they made it up some excuse. I've been actually signed off now, so I've been signed off work. So I can't work with the amount of medication that I take. So I've basically been writ off.
That's what I was going to say before. So if you just stopped all medication.
Oh my God.
What would happen? What would Jimmy look like there?
I'd probably end up definitely killing a lot of people.
Really? Would that really be? Do you really believe that?
I wouldn't say it unless I meant it.
Even the Jimmy that's the calmer Jimmy that's thinking about getting baptised, that Jimmy would then just be overwhelmed. Basically,
I know what I'm like off my meds. If I don't take the medication, all that comes in is darkness. This is why I'm going down a spiritual journey to try and get this thing out of me that's attached. And this is what I mean. But I'm heavily sedated now, but I can communicate and I can talk or whatever. I might be a bit slower. I might get a few things wrong, but
you haven't though.
Off my meds, I'm turning to this Tasmanian devil who's got my emotions are everywhere. My brain's everywhere. The voices get louder. They tell me to do horrible things to people. And
would that be random people or people that have done you wrong?
I can give you an example. I was out running one morning in Hinton Parva in a country, and them true. I shouldn't really be saying this, but
don't if you don't want to. Don't.
No. I'll give you an example. I didn't do it anyway, but there was a woman putting a. I was off my meds, so I'm thinking as soon as I'm off my meds, it's like this thing gets in me. So she's putting a bin out, and it was early in the morning. It was dark, and I was thinking, do you know what? There'd be no connection if I murdered her now, or I'd hit her with a brick, and do you know what I mean? And then run off because no one knows I'm here. And these thoughts come into your head. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean by these ideas. But sometimes they come into fruition, but other times they don't. Do you know what I mean? And then, but I've also got people pulling me back to the old days, if you know what I mean, making calls. Can you help me with this problem? Usually I can sort stuff out with a phone call because I'm not glorifying anything because I'm sorry.
They don't want you to come round, do they, is what you're saying? So just you saying...
I mean, I've got... Where's all the paperwork? I mean, I've just been pulled in on Valentine's Day, literally for...
Yeah, you showed me that one.
It's quite good actually because it saved me a few quid on flowers, but So Valentine's
Tough
Day,
love.
I mean, there's someone, yeah, but these people ring me up and say, could you help someone? They're in a lot of trouble. But this is what I do. This is what heart I've got. I've got a big heart, but a very dark soul. That's when you asked me that.
I was going to say that to go back to who are you?
Yeah, who are you? I've got a very big heart, but a dark soul. I mean, there's a girl. I'm going off on a tangent.
Sorry.
Let me address this one first. So he rang me up and said, "There's a lad that's in a lot of trouble." So I said, "Okay, what sort of trouble is he in? Get him to give me a ring. Get him to give me a bow." And so I was voice noting him and all this sort of stuff. And there's a firearm involved. Suddenly, the police arrested me on conspiracy of murder. I don't know when paperwork is.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
But, so I got arrested. I wasn't. I mean, once they know that I'm, the police are very weary of me.
They don't want you to be Jimmy off the
and I'm
meds and about, do they?
Yeah, they don't want me out and about. They
Yeah.
rather. I mean, I'm under the Mental Health Act. They like that. So.
Or they can get you whenever they want, sort of
Well,
thing.
they can get me. They had me yesterday. The police had me yesterday. I wasn't going to come here today and do this, but I just want to say that I'm honest, and if I'd say I'd do something, I'll do it. And so I turned up. I always turn up for everyone, but people don't turn up for me half the time. That's the problem. So I had a conversation on the phone with him. The police got, I don't know, he must have been being watched or something like that. And I said something along the lines of, I'm heavy weapons trained. Do you know what I mean? It's if it's coming to that sort of problem, I might be able to sort that problem out for you, but I might be able to sort it out with a phone call. Next thing you know, they got me under conspiracy to murder. So they kept me in for 24 hours. So I'm not going to get remand. I wasn't going to get remand. And I was looking at a 20-year sentence for conspiracy to murder. And then at 6:30 the next day, they kept me in there. They didn't give me any medication. So my brain was absolutely wrung out.
Oh, no.
I done a no comment interview. And then the next day, 6:30, the custody sergeant came in. This is only going back a little while. And he said that it's been dropped down to conspiracy to GBH. So I'm thinking, you've got fucking absolutely fuck all at the minute. But the other lad's locked up, obviously, because he got caught with a firearm or whatever. But so I went to court that day. Miss Solicitor said, you're not going to be getting out. She said, you'll be going on remand. And I'm thinking, they got me with this one. Do you know what I mean? They'll probably just let me rot in there, if I'm being honest, because I have got away with a hell of a lot of stuff. And they've had me in, I don't know, 4 times in the last 2 years for kidnap. Aggravated burglary was one of them. I didn't rob nothing. I just went into someone's house and did something horrible. But this is a long
way back,
a while back. I did say a couple of years ago, but this is long back. That was I mean, I see, and what was the other one? A kidnap. But I don't know. I get away with a lot of stuff anyway, basically. So they worry that I'm out and about, so that I'm better off sedated at home.
Yeah, where they know they can.
Yeah.
You can not get into any bother.
Yeah.
So
the world's a safer place when I'm watching Coronation Street every day.
Well, yeah. And so we were saying about, because that come from me, that conversation was led by me saying what would happen if you were off everything, wasn't it? So
yeah, so the frightening...
So it is doing something.
Yeah, the frightening thing is they're trying to get me off of it all. But
Off the meds?
No, they give me this metazapine and quetiapine and antipsychotics and all this lot. It doesn't seem to be working. The only thing that works for me, that slows me down and makes me think before I do stuff, is diazepam, Xanax, or temazepam, or sedation drugs. That's my view on it.
Have you ever done or heard of like the
Seroquel?
No, the psychedelic side of things, like the mushrooms or
Oh, I don't know what
DMT.
that years ago. Remember the red microdots and
So
stuff like the raves.
and that's the acid side of it.
Yeah, I've done all that.
Because they reckon nowadays a lot of in different countries they use the psychedelics to create new neurons to help with the depression, but that's not help then.
It's not. I haven't been down the avenue, but this is what I'm on about. The old days
just enjoy the party side. Yeah. No, I mean these mushrooms. People that are using mushrooms now.
Maybe that's something I can explore.
Yeah, because it's proven, isn't it? Some countries are using it. I had a girl on the other day called Neve. Hi, Neve, West Girl. She's called West Girl, a musician because Red goes West. She's battled with drugs, bipolar, and she was saying how the psychedelics and mushrooms help. Did they? Because they physically change the brain, the patterns in the brain to stop you going too dark and depressive and stuff like that. So, but then I'm just trying to think how that would work with you, because
I've always wondered where it all comes from, because it's just I don't even remember the microdots, but I remember taking them and I unlocked the secrets of the world and the galaxy and stuff like that. But it's all stuff that's in your brain already. It must be.
Yeah, I know.
And the next day you wake up and think, what the fucking hell was that? What was that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's
madness.
Yeah, and what they're saying, once you've opened these pathways, they can't be closed because you've seen it now. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But the mushroom side obviously is more natural, isn't it? It's mushroom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's so. But I was just thinking, how can that work if you're on proper chemical tablets and you can't come off them because of what the dark soul comes out, and then you got that gap there, haven't you? That's it. You've got to get you quick because there's a gap where you're off the meds to try something else or whatever.
Well, I'm scared of what's underneath. I'm not for my sake, other people's safety, really. So I'm trying to reduce the diazepam, which is the only thing that works for me. I know it works for me in my brain. It's the only thing that has kept me not doing stuff, and they're trying to get me off it.
So when you were going back in your past, obviously we're not going to. Well, it's up to you if you want to, how much you want to go into it. But in your past, the things you'd done were led by, like you were saying, like each member of your family's got something inside them to be good at what they do, and achieve what they want. So, in the past, before you were on these drugs, so your dark soul was able to run riot, if you like, in that lifestyle. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that? But the things you did, it's not going to be, I assume, or that's what I'm asking the question. You're jogging down the street, saw the woman. Oh, I could just do that. Then no, I'll just do it. But when you were in that world, was that you didn't need to? Was it always somebody was also part of that world that got hurt? Is what I suppose what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'd never done anything to anyone that didn't. I don't know if they deserved it.
But they were involved somehow in that world.
Usually financial matters, or I didn't used to get involved in domestics. So I used to watch drug deals go down, and I used to get paid for that and stuff like that. And I've done some very unsavoury things. I mean, I've found this ability to I don't know. Practice makes perfect, I suppose, but I've got this ability to go into people's houses and get them out probably while they're still in bed with their wives, if you want. I plan stuff meticulously, and I execute it very well. I'm not saying I could, but I don't know if you married or you've got a girlfriend.
I'm telling you.
You what?
I'm not telling you.
Well, you should be able to get in, watch them for a week, and psychopathically, I could be able to go and get them out.
See the routines.
And watch what they do. And usually, I didn't fail yet, but I could get them into a boot and go and do what I wanted with them, really. I was given them the sort of free rein. Which was
to achieve the job. Yeah,
to achieve a job, which wasn't a great thing, but it's just the world I lived in. But it started off with the drugs, and then it escalates to that. And I blame it on addiction. Addiction was a massive thing for me. I was addicted to cocaine, alcohol. So I managed to beat the cocaine. I managed to beat the. I done crack as well. I'll own it. But I don't know what everyone raves on about the crack for, because the crack never done nothing for me. I was expecting this great big buzz, but nothing. I just thought, what's the point in that? I was expecting this great big thing, and nothing happened. I'd rather have a line. So I'd done all that, beat all that. I got myself in some real deep trouble with some very high profile people. And I managed to escape that, and that was one of the reasons why I went into the army, because I had this I have these fucking stupid ideas.
Escape.
I thought, do you know what? If I got in there, who's going to look for me in there? I'm just going to look for me in there. So in doing that, when I got in...
It's true though, isn't it? Who is going to look for you in there?
No one's going to look for me in there. So I managed to get in, and I thought, wow, the plan works. I remember going into Bristol recruitment thing. I never should have been in there in the first place, psychologically, mentally, whatever. But the Afghan war was on, so they took me. Yeah, and I think that fucked me head up even more because I was given another free rein to go and do exactly what I want.
In a war zone.
Yeah, in a war zone. But I'm not going to go into all the military stuff because every veteran seems to hate me for some reason. I don't know why, but I've addressed a lot of stuff at the end of this one anyway. So hopefully, I'm just trying to change people's minds about it. But so I was given a free rein with that. Then I managed to escape, and I managed to escape that side of my world, the criminal side of my world, and then I managed to get into the world where you're allowed to go and murder people. So it was just a whole lot for violence, really. But I did get addicted to violence. I mean, you
extreme, or does anything, any sort of violence, just.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, you knock people out, you hit them and you knock them out, and it's all good and clever and all that lot. But when you knock so many people out, knocking them out's no good anymore. I want to try and take it to a little bit more. But that's the thing with me. I try and take things right to this as far as I could go with them. Do you know what I mean? It all comes under addiction again. 5K I started running, then it wasn't no good. I wanted to do 10K, then it was 10K's no good. I wanted to do half a marathon, then it was marathons, and then you find yourself running 112 miles across the Lake District. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do marathons anymore. I want to do ultra marathons. So then I could get up now and run 50 miles if I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? It's and sedated.
I know. I was thinking when you were saying it. I was thinking,
this is what I mean. It is madness. What I'm capable.
So have you ever looked into that side of yours? Has anyone helped you look into that bit of you? That extreme addiction, that extremeness. Has that ever been looked into? That any of the doctors that have tried to help or anything?
Not really. No, nothing. No.
They've never said.
They say, "Oh, yeah, exercise is brilliant." Which, do you know what? If I didn't exercise, or I didn't do all these silly runs, I don't know where I'd be. But the thing is now, Alex, is that I'm nearly 50, so I'm strapping myself up with painkillers. I've got injured. I've just injured my glute muscle. I've ripped my bicep off. I've smashed my body to fucking pieces. It's just like a car. If you ride it round long enough, and it makes me feel anxious and scared. Of when I can't perform or I can't start. If I've got to give up running,
you've got to sit
what
there,
am I going to do? Do you know what I mean? What am I going to do? I haven't. I'm just. I don't know. I still probably go to the gym or I'll find something else. I mean, I've done my legs in before, so I've always done the upper body parts of my body just to get the pace of it out or cut myself. And then I've ripped my bicep off, so I'll go running. Do you know what I mean? I've got to keep active. I've got to get up. I've got to do something to balance myself out for the day. Otherwise, I get these dark thoughts all the time.
You know the things that haunt you and the regret and those sort of things. Is there? I say it's above my pay grade, really. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to help, I suppose. Because it's not like you can nip over to the war zone and make it right, or you can nip to some of these people and have that and make it right. Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's like, have they not? No one seems to actually be able to
give a fuck.
Yeah,
do you know what?
Or help you properly. Like, can't these? What's the point in having these people? Just if they're just going to dose you up, there you go. Until what? Until when? Like mate, you say,
one things I will
there
say.
Must be some really clever people out there that could get into your mind and your soul and help you to, because you want to do good, you want to give back, you want to do these things.
This is what.
But you're saying I'm trying to do it, but I'm hampered. I've got this thing around my ankle. I can't. It's there.
Yeah.
Can someone help get it off? Because then I can go and help properly.
Yeah.
But no one seems to be able to give you that help to do it.
No, I know.
Which I think is impossible. We can get on the moon. Surely there's a way to get into Jimmy's head and soul and say, yeah, we've helped you out a bit now. It's a bit lighter.
I
Go and do some more good.
I can't find anything. And I always say, I say it quite a lot, but the only person that no one's coming back to save you. No one's ever come back to save me. My mum died at a young age. So I never had any family home to go back to. None of my family to speak to me. So I just managed on my own. So I've managed on my own for years. I just done myself. I always managed, and that was that. It was just. I never had no one. I never had no one to run to.
Yeah, it's like you've been running like downhill all your life, fast, and you've never been able to just stop. But then on the way, because you've been running so fast, you've collected these things that are now these ghosts and these regrets, and you've collected them on the way.
Done it,
and now you want to stop and chill, that you can't because you've got all these things. Because as you stopped, they've gone and hit you. So now you've got these like.
And I will stand accountable for the things I've done. And I'm
You're very honest with yourself.
Fucking hard.
I'll give you that. You're very honest with yourself. You don't hide.
I'm very, very hard on myself every day. I'm really, really hard on myself about the things I'm doing. I want forgiveness. That's why I'm trying to go down a God route. But yeah, I get up and judge myself every day, and I don't judge anyone else. I stand accountable. That's one thing I do. I stand accountable for the things I've done.
But do you understand the science behind it even? This is not if it's helpful or not, Jimmy. It's come to me. But
anything. Every day's a school day.
But there's science behind it, right? So it's like there's what's he saying? If man steps into the river, but he's not the same man. He's not the same river. The
water's going past.
Because the water's going past, and he's evolving himself.
Yeah.
So like, even scientifically, because we shed our skin so much, blah blah. Literally, that wasn't the same Jimmy. Physically, in every way, that did those things, it wasn't the same Jimmy, was it?
No, I'm someone else now.
So this Jimmy now is full of regret for somebody different, almost.
Just on pain.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I 100% I get it. I've never looked at it that before. That's
scientifically and spiritually. That guy that performed and did those things, you're saying he did do those things. You've owned that he did those things, but you're saying. So I'm now the current Jimmy now has got to be punished every day for that Jimmy. But really, that's like if I said to you, "Oh, Jimmy, I did something really bad when I was younger. Can you just add that to yours for me, please?"
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Why would I?"
I might as well.
Nice one, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Yeah. Nowhere near your level, mate. But what I'm saying is, if it's kind of if you look at it as like because I can see you're an intelligent, like analytically minded man. And sometimes like you square.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, no, I think so. Like I'm similar. I'm both actually. I'm very analytical and intelligent. I'm also very emotionally and the spiritual energy side of things. But you can always box it off. And in your head, if I said to you, Jimmy, I did this when I was younger and I really regret it. So will you have it, please? You go, what are you on about, Alex? No, that's your thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but it's the same thing, isn't it? Because this wasn't you, was it?
Yeah.
Physically, everything of that wasn't you.
I get
wasn't
it. I
you.
never looked at
it wasn't
that before.
you.
I never looked at it
because we were all like I took
evolving.
We're constantly evolving physically and energetically and spiritually.
Definitely evolving physically. I mean, hairline is just.
Do you see what I mean? Like, for example, like you messaged me, but I'll give you another example. I messaged Neve, who come on, the girl I was just telling you about, West Girl, the musician. I messaged her. So I just saw Neve on this Instagram and I thought, oh, she's a vibe. I'm vibing with her. Would you come on? Can I interview you, please? I didn't know. She had literally, similar to you, the week before, she had a setback with her drugs. She's on methadone, trying to come off heroin. She's doing amazing, she is. And she's got a really great life coming ahead of her. She had a really tough past. Really, been abused and whatever. And I didn't know any of those things. See what I mean?
But you picked it.
What I'm saying is I saw Neve for who she was right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't see Neve.
It's a beautiful thing.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Neve now. And then she's so, to me, Neve was this happy, childlike wonder of the world. And I was like, oh, she's got a right vibe. And she was like, we were like both ADHD and off like this. Blah. And I had to, like I was interrupting you before the podcast. So what I'm saying is the Jimmy that contacted me was the Jimmy that I've said yes to.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
the Jimmy that's in front of me today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Not the old one. Yeah.
Not the old one.
Yeah, I get you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
say, again, not on your level, but say back in the day, you had a couple of connections to naughty people, and someone said, hey up, Alex, there's a guy called Jimmy from Finger, he wants to have a word with you, and he wants to have a chat with you. And I'd be like, who? No, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm all right. You just told Jimmy stay that, and I'm all right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's two Alexes and two Jimmys, and it's this Jimmy, isn't it? So why is this physical Jimmy, who's in front of me,
himself.
who I just see as Jimmy?
Yeah.
I don't know Jimmy old. I don't know who that was. I don't know any of them things before. The Jimmy that I've met for coffee this morning, I've had a chat with. He doesn't smoke, but I did. I was like, he's having a fag with me outside. All these things. And if that Jimmy was saying to me, Alex, you know, I'm really fucking beating myself up because that lad across the road there ran over that puppy over there. I'd be like, what do you mean, Jimmy? Why would you beat yourself up because that lad done that? And then, you know what I mean? It's just different. I'm just trying to think of a different way to look at it.
Yeah.
Scientifically, that wasn't
you just done more theirs in them words than a psychiatrist had done for fucking years. I didn't look at it like that. It's an interest. That's
You're beating yourself up for something that you haven't done. Because this Jimmy hasn't done it, has he?
Do you know what? This Jimmy.
This Jimmy could be whatever Jimmy he wants to be. You could be a different Jimmy tomorrow. If you and the Jimmy that I know, because I only care about the guy that's in front of me, the vibe that he's giving off.
I love you too.
You messaged me once and I said, oh, gee, I was just thinking about you. Oh, was you, Alex?
Yeah, dirty bastard.
You do. But what I'm saying is that, so the Jimmy in front of me is now. So the Jimmy's in front of me now wants to do good. And we spoke about intent briefly, didn't we? Intent. And your intent to do good shouldn't be for that Jimmy. I think this is only my opinion, by the way.
Go on.
I'm not right, or it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But your intent, if it was with love and wanting to do good because you just want to do good for that person or help that person or help that child, then that is a whole different intent to I'm doing it because I need to make that right. What are you making that right for? Just go and do it. Just go and do it. See what I mean?
Do you know what it is?
Don't have make any sense there, Jimmy.
That makes absolute sense.
Does it? Yeah.
Really,
okay,
honestly does.
Okay,
and that's a wonderful way of looking at it. It really is. But recently, I've gone for a job in looking after vulnerable kids and stuff like that. Because what I do in my time now, instead of just sitting about, moping about, being miserable and stuff like that, obviously go training, got my routine, walk with dogs in the morning, have a coffee. That's all I need. But I do want to help people, and it would be nice to get paid for it. But I worked out what my benefits are and what I would have lost money getting this job because the money wasn't very good. But I could have helped. I've got so much knowledge. I'm not saying I know how to do life because I fucking don't. I'm still learning now, but I know how not to do it. And you could come to me with any problem, and I've probably done that earner, or I've probably people come up to me in a town where I'm from, and everyone sort of knows me. I sort a lot of people's problems out by just making a few phone calls, or everyone comes to me for what do you think about this advice and stuff like that. And I've got a lot of experience in a lot of different arenas. I know I could do good if I was given a chance. But when you cite the old Jimmy, the new Jimmy, so I went for this job. I nearly got it, but I didn't. And this is what I mean, like, because of my past. So that not upset me. But then you think, right, the past keeps coming back to haunt you all the time. I mean, I just got arrested on conspiracy to murder, just because I had a conversation. Again, the past, boom. You can't. I'm not saying your perception of that is fantastic, but then
the reality kicks in.
The reality kicks in.
You're right, and that's the 3D governmenty world. It's just the same as someone watching this podcast who knows some of the things that you have done because you mentioned them on other podcasts. Will be like, he can't ever be forgiven for them things and whatever. And that's just a whole societal issue which everyone debates for the whole of time. and they'll do it from the Roman times till now, and they'll debate forgiveness and rehabilitation. We can't do anything about. You can't please everybody.
I would say, I would say that. Why would you want to talk to someone who's just read a book, a psychiatrist who just read a book? No one's ever walked in my shoes. No one ever knows what's going on in my brain. No one ever will. I don't even understand my brain. It's a very fucking dark and horrible place, and it's very complicated.
Was that all because what I'm getting at is that because it's attached to the old Jimmy still? That's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
not going to get. I'm trying to get away from that. So I mean, like even with the self-harming, so I've tried to switch everything round. So instead of cutting myself and doing that, I run. I mean, just Christmas just gone. There's a lad called Ryan. He jump in the comments. Hopefully. He's a lovely lad. He goes round Woolwich and the most dangerous place in London is a Protect Your Kids patrol. Now he goes out and he takes knives off people, approaches gangs, and he's not like the.
Is he
not the, no. Well, I don't. He's got some balls. So I'll give him that.
Definitely got the balls.
But he'll approach gangs and say, "Look, I can take your knives off you," sort of thing. He's got a little girl himself. He'd never had no money. I'd never had a pot of piss, and I've borrowed him money a couple of times and stuff like that. So I said to him, "Do you know what, mate? You set a GoFundMe page up, and I'll run a marathon for you." So I managed to raise him 750 quid for Christmas. I'm self. My psychiatrist says not to call it self-harming, but I can't. I'm so used to it. I've self-harmed. But I'm doing something productive with the self-harming. I'm helping people. Do you know what I mean?
What should I call it instead of self-harming?
Just being kind to yourself or training. That's what you need to call it.
You mean don't associate self-harm with the exercise?
Yeah, but if I didn't do that, then I'd be cutting myself to bits, but like I've done before. So, I take kids off the streets at the moment.
Now, you do this now?
I do this now, yeah. I've got a boxing club. I have not my boxing club, but I mentor kids. I'm just going to try and start a charity. I mentor kids, people who are in gangs. Some mums approach me sometimes and saying he's in a lot of trouble. Can you come and have a word with him? And I try and tell them my story. And all I say is that it might be all fun what you're doing now, but one day you will have to pay the piper. And like, don't get me wrong, I've had so much. I don't want any money anymore. I don't want. Fame, fortune, that's what everyone thinks. So if I had a load of money, I could do whatever I want. I've had that, been there, done it. It turned me into a monster.
Would it now, though? Wouldn't now, would it?
What, if I had a load of money?
Yeah, you'd be helping.
I'd probably give it away, to be honest.
Well, not give it away, but you'd be helping with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would help. Or I'd set something up if I had the funding or something like that. But, I work with Rage UK, I work with MCP Productions, I work with SM Fight Club, and it gives me a purpose. So I'm taking kids off there, giving them a purpose, training them, and trying to, give them, helping them, but I'm training them as well. So it's like, I don't know.
You're doing it. You don't need someone to validate you with a job as such. If you want to give back, you're giving back. You're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it anyway. But it would be nice to
do it.
Them kids who go in them places. I mean,
This is local to where you are. This is
local to where I mean, this job was in Oxford, which is just up the road from me. But would have been perfect for me, and I was so excited about getting it because I could actually sit down, and I've been through probably what they've been through, and I know the way I've dealt with it, which is completely the wrong way. So I could probably steer these kids in a better direction than the people who have got them at the moment. There's a girl who was sexually abused not long ago, and the family's come to me, and I've been speaking to her quite a lot, and she's told me she's opened up to me than she would to a family member, because it is embarrassing. I'm not saying I'm glad my mum's dead, but she never knew what was going on with me, and I'm glad she didn't, because it would have broke her heart, if I'm honest. So
where was I when this was happening? There's no need for it to feel them things, is there?
It's exactly it, and sometimes if you tell your pet, I've known people who tell their parents, something's happened, and they don't look at them the same anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's
See it in their eyes.
But I can, but these kids, if you can get them at a young age and get them training or disciplined or
What you're saying, because what happened to your life was it got internalized, turned into rage, turned into anger, turned into the dark soul, if you like.
Yeah.
And you're saying, there's different ways you can deal with this.
Yeah,
and it ain't going dark and deep. There's another way.
I've done it completely the wrong way. I was vulnerable. I've lost my mum. I went.
Your dad's not about, is he? He wasn't about.
Never around. Never had any father figures. So I was hanging on to anything I could get. Really.
You just see an older man, and he's now your role model, and to the next one,
and then but these people. These people, they maybe they see your vulnerability or they see your skills. I've done lots of unlicensed fighting, so people see me do all that sort of thing. So they thought he could be quite useful. And I'm thinking, I could go and do this and that, and again turning a quick buck. So basically, everyone just uses you. Everyone just uses you. That's why I've sort of given up on life. I've given up on people.
That's a shame. That's one of the saddest things you've said in this whole podcast.
Well, I could say something funny if you want, but
no, what I mean is,
I get recognised.
But that's that level of.
But the thing is, when you've had,
they're all shit.
Yeah, but
it's horrible.
It's my experience.
That's hope. Hope is a very strong emotion to have. It keeps you going, doesn't it? Hope.
Well, I'm hoping I can change people's lives. I'm hoping I can do, but the best by my daughter. I'm a good husband. What was I talking about before?
The giving back to the kids in a different way.
Yeah, I could give back put some good into someone's life, which makes me feel better about the bad things that I've done. Instead of, you know what I mean?
But that's what you went down that road because I said about. It just come to me. I didn't plan it, obviously, or anything. Is about seeing that Jimmy is scientifically or whatever, not you. Like, you wouldn't take responsibility for anything I've done in the past, so why you take responsibility for anything that Jimmy's done in the past? Same thing. Yeah. It's exactly the same thing because you're not that guy. Yeah. Society and somebody watching this might be like, what's he on about? He's done bad and that's that and whatever.
That's what a lot of small-minded people think.
Society. I don't know what's right or wrong and how to govern a whole society. I'm not a Roman emperor, but...
And everyone's got a different opinion.
Yes, I mean...
I've done bad, you deserve it.
If he's killed somebody, then he should die, and that's that. That's somebody's opinion. They don't want to know the details of it. They just want to go, that's that. So everyone's got different opinions, and you're never going to be able to please everybody. It's impossible.
This is why I don't use the internet, or I don't... This is why I'm on no social media. No one can find me. No one can get hold of me. No one can... I don't want to be. I mean, I could possibly.
Because I was going to. Well, funny, because sorry to interrupt you, Jimmy. I'm really sorry.
It's sorry.
But I was going to just going back quickly because I was going about that, and then the next thing was the intent. So if the intent to help people was because you wanted to help them, not to make your thing right again. So there's two. If you went down, just explored. Obviously, after we psychiatrically explored those two things, I mean, that wasn't me physically, and that wasn't me. And I want to help these people not to right Jimmy's wrongs because I want to help. I want to be present and help that person. And that's good for Jimmy now. It's good for that person now. It's not about the past. Yeah. And it's that acceptance of and going forward. And that was I was going to kind of leave that one there. And then where was I going to go next with that then?
Yeah, you're on hand. You're back.
I'm doing it now.
Don't ask me.
I'm doing it now.
Years ago.
Well, you made me do it now, Jimmy. Oh, no, I was going to go somewhere next. Then what was you saying? I've done it now.
Go for a coffee.
And a fag. Okay. That's just.
I'd say something else.
Close the old Jimmy thing and the forward.
I'll say something else about me as well. Is online I've got trashed.
That was it. That was it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. That was it.
Fuck's sake! I
know. I'm sorry.
Right, no.
So you could use your online thing though, and you could just go live or do a post each day to help people, and you'd help them en masse. That was it. Go on, carry on.
But do you know what?
I'm sorry.
This is good. No. This is good.
You carry on now.
This is good. The reason I haven't done all that is because of the experience I had on the first podcast.
Spoil that.
Which is going to come in a minute or whatever, and I'm really hoping that I can change people's minds and expose a certain person who's portrays himself as something. Now I want to portray myself as something as well. Yeah. I'm absolutely real. I was offered a film deal. I've got the contract here. I've
seen it.
You've
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Right, a contract from Terry Stone wanting to do a documentary film, everything. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not real. I'd rather do I'd rather be broke, and I'd rather help people than I mean, what that man done to me on the first podcast was just outrageous. But I stayed where I was. I'm still doing the same things I was. I'm still helping people, even though I could have gone back at him straight away. But I think I need to correct this today. This is I'm glad you give me a platform to do it. I hope this podcast does really well because you're a really nice bloke.
Thanks, Jimmy.
But yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm just a real person who's just done a lot of bad things. I'm just trying to put them right. And
It's as simple as that, Jay. It's as simple as that.
It is.
And sometimes that can be overcomplicated. It is as simple as that.
Yeah, and I'm
it?
just trying to put right, wrong, and whether and like you said, the podcast is called The Human Mask. I mean, I've got a million of them that I can use. But another thing I was going to say is mental health. I was going to say mental health. Do you know what? Sometimes I look at it as a burden and a challenge and something like that. But sometimes I try and, I'd like someone to do this who does suffer with a lot of stuff like I am. I mean, even if someone wants to reach out, I'll have a chat with anyone. I'm more than help you
or for you to help them.
Help them. Do you know what I mean? I've helped. No one come back to save me. So if I can save someone, I'd be happy to do that. Where was I going?
I know where he was going. Because basically, you were saying what Jimmy at the start said about humanising him, and I, well, you are a human. There's nothing to humanise. You are a human. Everyone, we're all individual.
There's a little bit left.
And what you were going to say then was, if it wasn't spoilt, you're dipping your toe into that internet world. If it wasn't spoilt so the way it was,
that's right.
Then, because now this can reset it when it, and then
if it goes well,
it will go well because it will go well, and then sorry, and you can then decide if you want to decide. You could go live. There's no editing because I ain't very good with technology. Are you? You could just go live every week.
Yeah.
Chat to people, help them out. And then DMs will start coming in. Jimmy, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Then you've got a purpose. Then you can help people.
They're great.
On the level you want to help them at.
Yeah, this is what I mean. But all I've done was got absolutely chucked under the bus and trashed. But,
I can't believe he cut out the good bits completely from the podcast. I don't understand why he wouldn't want to put them on the clips. But anyway, that's for later.
That's all coming. And as well, I bought receipts and proof and everything like that. But yeah, that's ultimately the message I was trying to get out was I'm here to help. Do you know what I mean? And even all these people who so say fucking hate me. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't hate them. I've hated for so long. I'm over it all now. Do you know what I mean? And I'm still punishing myself every day. So I don't think I've got away with it. I'm still just trying to help people. That's all I try and do, and be a good husband, a good dad, and just try and live a normal life, even though it's been absolutely chaotic. And if someone needs help, then I'll help them. Obviously, not to the extent I did on Valentine's Day from a phone call, but Jesus Christ, that was madness as well. Do you know what I mean?
But you're a product
of society.
I was about to say the society could look at it and then point their finger at you.
Probably will in a bit.
But what I'm saying is, really, it's all a societal thing, isn't it? It's all a deep societal thing, and you're a product of that because your DNA and who makes you who you are of that drive and determination and all those sort of things have just somehow ended up down that road when they could have been a social entrepreneur, or whatever, anything you wanted to do.
Yeah. So, and as well, if I did get the opportunity, I mean, if there's anyone watching this, and do you know what I mean? I've applied for 1 million jobs in work that would benefit people. And I've got lived experience, and I don't care what anyone says. Lived experience is always going to beat reading a book and going to university for years. I've lived it, been there, done it, got a T-shirt, anything you can possibly think of, literally done. And I know it was wrong, and I shouldn't have done it, but I've been through a lot. So I can resonate with a lot of different people with different problems, and I could help them get rid of them problems. But because of what happened a couple of years, over 2 years ago, I just thought, wow, this ain't what I wanted. This ain't, do you know what I mean? That was the first.
What about intent again? So it wasn't your intent.
That
was
wasn't my
intent.
Yeah, intent, exactly the word. It wasn't my intention to upset anyone, or I just never done a podcast before. I've never even watched a podcast before. I just thought I was going to go and have a sit down chat with a say friend. I mean, this will all come out.
Yeah. Well, no, have you ever thought about writing a book?
I've been offered a book deal. I've been offered a film deal. I've been offered everything.
Without anybody else involved. I mean, I don't mean that because you're going to. I'm not saying this sounds really bad. Someone will just probably let you down again, because that seems to be the world that the people that you're attracting. I mean, you write the book, you do the book yourself, you publish the book yourself with no one there, and then you're in full control, and you've got your story, how you want it, and you say, and then that book then, without anybody leeching around you, it's like, yeah, this is Jimmy's book, and then it's Jimmy to sign the book, it's Jimmy to make profit from the book, and it's Jimmy to talk about that book, and it's Jimmy who's going to help people through his book, and it's nobody else involved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a good idea.
You know what I mean? Nobody. No, don't have anybody. You do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about mine after. That's my book. And I'll tell you how I did that with nobody else involved.
Right, okay. Brilliant.
And I'll tell you how to do it. Do you do it? So there's nobody else attached to it. And then you've got something to talk about, and you go
a legacy, maybe,
a book that can help people forever.
Yeah,
but then you've got a basis to talk from as well, and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Everyone just comes to me and talking. Some of it's a lot of shit about it.
No, it's not. It's not shit at all. It's all productive stuff, and it's good for you. I mean, even sitting down today it's been a pleasure. It's got me out of Swindon. I'm not a sociable person. See, I don't usually socialise with anyone.
You know, you did that call out to people. Then he said, if anyone's out there and stuff, didn't you? Which was good.
Yeah.
How would you answer this one? There's a direct question that they're going to be scared of you. They're going to be scared.
Wow.
Fearful.
He's
having a wrong day. I don't want him about. Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean?
This is.
How do you allay those fears? Because that's probably
you spent all morning with me, ain't you?
Yeah, it's been great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been great.
I mean, I'm absolutely not a danger to society.
He's not giving off that vibe at all.
I'm not. Listen, I don't.
And we're talking about touchy subjects as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go around poking people. I don't go around. I don't get up in a bad. I get up in a right state, but I go and then sort myself out. I don't go around bullying people for no reason. I don't just get up and go, because I'm capable of what I'm capable of, I'm going to go and do that, even though sometimes the thoughts are there if I'm off my medication. But usually I'm just a normal bloke who's. I get up in the morning, I'll go training, so that's that part taken care of. Then I'll go and go down to Costa. I know all the girls in there, and then I'll take a walk round a park with my wife with the dogs, and then go home, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? There's no danger there. There's no. I mean, I'd love to. On the last one, the first podcast I'd done, Trauma Breakthrough got hold of me through that, and they said, "Would you like to come and speak to veterans?" Or I said, "I'd love to. No problem." And I ended up running a half marathon for them and raising a load of money.
And did you talk to the veterans?
No, I didn't. I didn't get that far of it, to be honest with you.
Why?
Well, because of what was online and what was... just got fucking trashed. Everything got ruined. And
what a shame.
This is what I mean. It's
because of that, and that fucked that up, sort of thing.
It fucked everything up, if I'm honest. And this is why I waited so long. And I've made the... you were the one... I like Luke Dyson. I think he's great. I think you know what I mean, I'd take me after him. He's got balls. He'd jump in with anyone. And when you spoke to him, that I watched it, and I watched the way you were with him. I mean, a normal podcaster could have pushed him for views and clicks and got him in a state and all that lot and aired it all and all that lot, but you didn't. And I watched that, and I thought, do you know what? He seems all right.
No, thank you.
No. I'm fucking mate. I think you're fantastic at what you do. And I think I think you're gonna smash this podcast. No, I really do, honestly.
But then
because let me just say this, because you're real. Do you know what I mean? You're not.
I suffer with compliments. See me getting all uncomfortable.
I'm the same. I don't want any thanks for it. Like I said, I've come up here on my own expense. I've not asked. I'm not right. I want this for that or that for that. I don't want anything. All I want is to try and put a bit of good in the world that I've destroyed. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Well, it's to some people it is, but other people think I'm such a fucking. I'm a lying bastard.
That Jimmy was a bad guy.
Yeah,
That Jimmy was a bad guy doing bad things. That Jimmy.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we can all dissect psychology and spirituality and society. It just is.
Yeah.
It is, and it's done.
And I've given myself along the way. I've given myself some very hard issues to work with in my head, and I've probably given myself all of them mental health issues. But this is another spin I was going to put on mental health. I started this earlier, but I've gone off on a tangent again. For fucking,
I don't know. I don't know if I.
No, you are. I know you are. But sometimes I try and look at the mental health issues what I've faced and what I had then. If I wasn't a fucking lunatic years ago, and where I was living and the people I was rolling around with, I wouldn't have survived. So in doing that, my mental health is more like a superpower. That's the way I try and look at it. And then a burden, even though it is a burden and it does affect my life, I think I'd have never survived in the world without being some sort of
like your armour,
way.
If you like.
Yeah. Wear it with a badge of honour.
Yeah, that's a good. That is a good spin on it. But then it's hard to now peel that off because you don't need it anymore, and you want to change and you want to evolve, and it's so hardened, isn't it?
I've just spent 16 odd years just trying to put things right. And
when? Okay, here's a good question for you then. Just come to me now.
About time you had one.
Pardon?
About time you had a good question.
What act would you need to do to make you go, right, I've done it now, I've got to the point, I've completely eradicated, because you're on this mission to try and make it right for what you did wrong in the past and blah, blah. So what would you need to do? Save 15 babies from a burning building, save 20 veterans? See what I'm saying? Is it ever going to end? Is it just an endless journey that's never going to end of trying to make it right?
Well, whatever I do to the highest of my ability. So if it's helping people, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, but when will you get to a point? How many do you need to do to make yourself go, right, I've equaled it out now, I'm all right?
I'll have to do the maths when I get home for that one. But I don't know.
Not a life for a life. I don't mean that.
Oh, a life for a life.
No, I didn't mean that. No, I don't mean that.
You don't want to know my body count.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't mean that. But what I'm trying to get across to you is there isn't going to be that point.
No,
that isn't going to solve your problem.
To my dying
it isn't going to solve your problem, is it?
No, it's not going to solve my problem. But and when you asked me that question to start with, who are you? A survivor. Do you know what I mean? And that's. I mean, I've survived so much. And
Good Heart, Dark Soul was quite a good one.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah. I should have used that one really.
Yeah.
But So I get up and I just think, if I can just get through today. I know it's sad, really, really sad. I mean, I'm in a really good place at the moment where I should be. I mean, I'm married, happily married. I've got my little girl. I've just got a job. I mean, all the stuff that makes me happy. I've got 2 little French bulldogs, Halo and Poppy, who I love to death. And I've got all this time on my hands to help people. I'm in a really good spot. But yeah, I'm still battling every day. But it's I don't know. It's not.
Have you heard of Reiki? I've heard of Reiki. I'll come across Reiki.
Rapey. Loads of them.
Cheers. You had to take it that way, didn't
Sorry,
you?
no, go on.
No, I'm joking. Reiki. I've heard of it, no?
No.
I'll have a Google about it later. Have a look.
I'll have a look.
So Reiki is, one of the principles of Reiki is just for today. It's just for today. So what you've said it as a negative, and actually it's a positive. You're meant to live in the present. You're meant to go just for today.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be a battle.
A survival.
Yeah, it's just for today. Just be present in what you're doing and what you're thinking and the way you are. If you look at Reiki as a starter point, it's
Right.
It might help you
Okay.
as well. But like I say, you're above my pay grade in terms of human behaviour.
Every human being is the same. I don't look at anyone any different. I didn't even when I was in the forces.
I don't mean that. I mean like because you've got the cocktail of chemical drugs in
imbalanced.
Yeah, and it's stopping you because they're there to stop you from the dark soul taking over, aren't they? That's what.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. That's what I mean by above my pay grade. I don't know how that would work.
Oh right, okay.
With these other things, I've got ideas about how you can move forward, but in my eyes, the chemicals have got to go first. But the chemicals can't go because then the dark soul comes in. I don't know that bit. I don't know enough about it.
This is the thing. Like I said, I don't know what's underneath, and I'm scared of what's underneath because my subconscious is a very dark place.
What about hypnotherapy? Everyone tried to
hypnotherapy. I'll tell you a story about hypnotherapy. I mean, my wife will back me up with this. When I was speaking to a woman on Zoom call, because hypnotherapy, I've tried everything. Believe me, I've put.
What happened with hypnotherapy? Tell me that one.
Hypnotherapy. I tried that. This woman said some stuff. I was in the bedroom, put me under. I don't know what happened because I was under. I don't know what I said. I mean, my wife will back me up on this one. And when she said, like, I don't know what they say, like, wake up or whatever. When she woke up, she didn't speak to me again. She said, I don't want to work with you anymore. I can't. So I don't even know what happened there. It was madness. I don't even know what happened. That's the honest, true story. Never just didn't want to work with me anymore. So I don't know what I said or did or what came out. This is what I mean. Is it mental health or is it just being haunted? I don't know.
Do you believe the haunted thing?
Do I believe the haunted thing?
Yeah,
I've got proof of. I've been marked. I believe
that it's there.
It's there. I just do. But it's.
Should we do? We're not doing that. Should we go there now?
What do you mean?
Into that bit, what you just said. Should we carry on or not? Do you want to stop for that bit to talk about that?
What, that story?
No, anything to do with the haunted thing.
Oh no!
Do you want to talk about it basically or not, or do you want to just?
Nah, not really.
No, leave that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, leave that one. Yeah, leave that one. Leave that one. So that's what I was thinking. Hypnotherapy, because they can go in subconscious and rewire it and stuff like that. But if that's what's happened, but maybe again on Zoom, probably not the best way. Maybe if someone's watching this and they're a good hypnotherapist and they want to help Jimmy with his brain and get in there.
Yeah, I mean, who's that? There's a lovely girl. She's a Muslim, really nice lady. She's going to come on the podcast today.
Mina. Hi, Mina.
Mina. Very sorry not to meet her, by the way. Now, she has took me on a sort of a project.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, we've been sort of chatting. So
I was meant to interview her today, but she hasn't been able to make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I was looking forward to meeting her. But she's sent me a load of links. She's a Muslim lady, and she seems wonderful. And
I want to ask to interview her if I didn't think she was good.
Obviously, I mean, you're a good judge of character. You even got me on, haven't you? Yeah, she's.
I was here under duress.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, boy, you kidnapped you. Yeah. I'll tie you up in a minute and fucking eat you. Yeah, she's said I want to sort of work with you and like as a project because she said it'll help me understand the human brain. I was like, if you can do that, then
good luck to you, Nina.
You can help me, then great. But I am really honestly open to anything.
Yeah.
To anything that can help. I'm not so much me. I'm up for helping anyone. If someone's been diagnosed with something and they can't do something, I'm happy to go and raise money, run marathons. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm just I'm not that bloke anymore. I'm just here to help people and just try and live a normal life. Do you know what I mean?
And you will.
I'm not.
And you will.
Yeah, I am living proof of you can change. But like you said, your past always catches up with you. Certain things, you know what I mean? Like getting banged up and looking at a 20 for fucking having a conversation on a phone. I mean, like you said, everyone thinks online that I'm a bullshitter and I'm full of shit. I'm that high profile that even if they worry, even if I have a conversation on the phone, that's how.
Yeah.
That's where I am in the sort of pecking order, and that's not. A good thing.
Yeah, I know,
it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And that is why the message what I will get out is I'm still not getting away with stuff. I'm still paying the piper because there you go, they bang me up for 24 hours for having a conversation on the phone. If I wasn't the bloke I was and just lived a normal life, I wouldn't even be in.
Yeah, we try and keep you in that state of paranoia and high nervous system.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get me, break down the door any minute. And
this is what I mean. So I don't make them mistakes anymore. Do you know what I mean? I try not to make them mistakes anymore. Obviously, but mate was in a lot of trouble.
I try to. It's the longest one ever, Jimmy. Our podcast. It'll be the longest one. Hey.
Oh yes, yeah, I've heard that before, mind
you. So at the end of the podcast, to close the podcast, I ask this question. Mm-hmm. You know,
this is what I've been looking forward to.
Is it? You know it? Who is basically, again, I don't want the straight answer, like I don't want the straight answer of who are you, is what do you want?
What do I want to do?
What do you want?
What would be my, I tell you what would be my ultimate dream.
Go on.
Right? There's a girl called Krishan Rock. I'd like you to tag her.
Krishan Rock.
Krishan Rock. Krishan, I'll send you her name and all her details over. She, I don't know what it is about her. I've got a sort of connection with her, but I've never met her. She lives in America, for fuck's sake.
How'd you find each other then, or whatever?
I've never spoke to her.
But how did you end up contacting her? Or?
I haven't.
Oh, so you just seen her? Right, okay.
I've been watching her journey.
Right, okay.
I've been watching her journey.
I'll check her out then.
One of the most inspiring things. She's a very bad person. She started off as a bad person, and she got herself in a lot of trouble. Went to jail. She came out of jail. She got with the wrong people. Got in with the wrong crowd. She just started boxing. She had her first fight a couple of weeks ago. I think it was in Transylvania, but yeah, it was in Transylvania when she had her first fight, and I'm so glad she won because I've watched her journey. She's gone to God. She's gone to gospel, and I would love you to tag her and in this podcast. And my ultimate dream would be to, whatever it costs, just go and train her for free.
Really?
I've been boxing since I was 10 years old, so I can chuck my hands about, and I've had a really successful career at it. But I don't know what it is about her. I can see the pain in her, and she's transformed her whole life around. She's gone to God. She was an absolute nightmare. She went online. She got absolutely trashed, and they're still trashing her now for good stuff. Do you know what I mean? For her turning to God.
Why?
Because people are just horrible. But I'm looking at her.
And you can see it.
I can see it. And my ultimate goal would be if I could get hold of her somehow. I don't know how, but if you could tag her and I'll do a short or whatever. If I can get hold of Krishan Rock, my services would be absolutely free. I wouldn't get in America because of my record. It'd have to be somewhere else. But Mexico, she could come over here. I'd love to train her and actually meet her. That would be my dream. And because I know I'm watching her style of fighting and I could teach her. I'm not saying I know.
You just tweak and help her out. Yeah.
Tweak and help her out. I'd turn her into a Mike Tyson. I know. I'd absolutely know I would.
It's written
in the side. It's written in the stars.
No way.
I'm watching her style, the way she fights. She's got heart. She's not let all these people beat her down and all that sort of stuff. And there's another call out I want to do as well because she was with a rapper called Blueface. I think he came over here once, and he had a fight with an influencer or something like that in England. Now he sort of ruined her life. He was part of her story. He sort of ruined her life and treated her really badly, made her feel worthless and all that lot. And I'm gonna say to him, I'd
love to smash his head in.
I'd love to fucking.
Is that what
I
you're
would love to fucking just listen. I'm 50. He's a young man, and I would love to. If he wants
to fight, you're in.
I'm in with that one just for Chris. And I'd do it for Krishan.
Yeah, no way.
I can't
wait to look these up after.
I don't know. I don't know why, but maybe it'd grab a bit of attention. Hopefully, if you could tag her in it or whatever, then happy days. I don't even know how to do that, but
yeah, I'll do it.
But yeah, tag Krishan Rock, and hopefully she'll see it. And
Blueface, was it?
Blueface.
Yeah, I don't know any of them are. But
he's just a. I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I'm not here to bash anyone, but I just love to.
Blueface, you don't want Jimmy coming for you.
Well, this is it. I take the challenge. I'm up for it, definitely with him.
Now that's an immediate goal. Now give me a what do you want in a bigger fashion.
Right, I want to set my own charity up. I'd like to get my own space boxing club. I'd like to set up community places where people could come and speak to me, and I could give them a safe place or give them good advice. There's a song I want you to put on the end of this as well. I'm going to send it over to you. My nephew was killed by knife crime. This is why it's so close to my heart. And there's a song that I'd appreciate if you play it at the end of this or whatever, because he was 18 years old and he got his life took away from him, and it's just such a sad story. But his mate's done a rap song. It's not even a rap song. It's just it's sort of like a eulogy of his life with his pictures and his thing. I think it'd just be a really nice thing to do
to finish on,
to give him the credibility he deserves, because all them words. If you watch the thing, it's you'll understand what I mean.
Yeah,
it would be a nice thing to do for him. If he could get it on YouTube.
Yeah, and it matches in with what you want, which is to go out there and stop that happening through education.
I will listen. I was the most. Well, I don't say the most. I don't know who. I don't know anyone that was capable of doing the things that I could do, because like I said, I was addicted to it, and I took it to extreme levels. I mean, if you go and watch the other two or whatever, and you'll see where I was at with it, and it wasn't very nice. But
would you say you were a different Jimmy to the Jimmy even that was on the podcast, on that other podcast?
Yeah,
you've already changed from then to then.
I'm trying to get 1% better every day.
Yeah,
that'll do me. That'll do me. If I can just get that 1%, or
0.5%, as long as you're moving forward.
As long as I'm going forward, do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I've had my wobbles and I've fallen, and I'll pick myself back up, and I'll try again. But yeah, that's my ultimate goal. Blueface. I'd love to.
Black and blue face.
Yeah, well, black face versus blue face, whatever you want to do. But I'd like him to come over there, and I'd like to do that for Krishan Rock, because I don't know what it is. I've got like a connection with her, but I'd never even met her, never spoke to her. But if she can see this, I'd love to train her for nothing, and I'd use my own money to do it, because I think she's a wonderful human being. And I can look into people's souls. I can see you're a nice bloke by just looking at you.
Well,
and I really mean that.
Thank you.
And I watched her journey, and I can see even through the telly that if I could get hold of her, I could make her the best.
Can I just say one little thing about that? What you're saying? So yes to all that, obviously.
Thanks.
Yeah, 100%.
No one's ever said no.
But what you're doing there accidentally, is what I was saying, which is when you're in a bit of a flow state and you're vibing right and everything's okay, things flow and vibe, and there is no time and there is no space. So like when I've just had a connection with Jimmy, I can't explain it stuff, so I'm going to interview him. I don't care what I just want to interview Jimmy because I'm vibing. Or Neve, who I was telling you about, where I've just messaged Neve, I'm just vibing, or Mina, I've just messaged Mina, I'm just vibing.
But
what you've done there with that Krishan, is similar to what I'm doing and saying, isn't it? I'm saying I just vibe and I can't explain it. Yeah, I get it. Is what I'm saying. I get it. I suppose. Yeah, I'm just vibing. I think Mina, she had 80 followers. It was because it's not about the views, is it to me? So, I thought, I like the way Mina comes across.
Yeah,
I get the vibe with her. I'll message her. So she's probably thinking, I've only got 80 followers. Who's this what's this podcast guy messaging me for?
Yeah.
Because it's not about that. I just vibed and wanted to speak to her. So that's the same thing with that Krishan. So it's something we can't really explain as humans is that energy and vibration.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Listen, I'm this is another thing I keep going on about how real I am. I'm a real human being anyway, but I think I've got the voice note if I can play it. I should have played it earlier, but Liam offered me James. I mean, I could have gone with James English, Terry Stone. Terry's offered me. Terry offered me Sean Atwood. All sort. I mean, I can play him if you want. If you got time, if you want.
It's up to you.
But
it's a very long podcast, so we'll have to close it in about 5 minutes. So.
Well, let's leave.
No,
it
do it if you want to do it. Just do it if you want to do it. 5 minutes is plenty of time. It's Rich will just tell me off all the editing he's got to do.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it gets
well. There's not a lot of editing to do. You know, he has to edit these cameras so it flashes to you, to me, to you, to you. You know, when everyone's speaking and stuff. Music.
Don't blame you.
Amazing. You got enough, haven't you? Yeah, if you do what everybody else is and then do mine last, that'd be great. That'd be amazing.
Because I wouldn't do number two with Liam.
Do you know something? I think I'm getting the dates tomorrow, Jim, and we're definitely doing filming this month. And the good thing about my podcast is I can move it around. So even though I've got a year's worth in the bag, obviously I can bring yours forward. So I think let me get the date tomorrow or Wednesday. It'll definitely be this month. Do it. And then if you want, you could do the part 2 with Liam, and then obviously do James English. And obviously by then, theirs will have been out. And, you know, you can just mention when you're on theirs, since I've done Terry's podcast, great news, we're developing a book and a film. So obviously I want to let everybody know on here, blah, 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 blah. And then what that does, it gives us a free advertising campaign, if you like, on free podcast, which would be Liam's, mine and James. The only slight thing is, obviously, everyone will go, yeah, fantastic, amazing, great. And then obviously if the book takes 6 months or a year to come out, then you kind of miss the opportunity. Whereas if we do mine and then announce what we're doing, basically, and then say to Liam and James, look, definitely want to do it, 100% going to do a part 2, 100% want to do James English. Obviously, I know Sean Atwood, so I can get you on that one as well. But they're
just proving what I'm saying.
The main ones.
And the reason,
there's another guy called Dodge Woodall, but I'm not sure.
The reason,
I think he would be all right for you, but they're really the main ones. And then there's a big one called True Geordie, which is good. I'm a bit of money at you, but you obviously don't get anything of that, Jim. So my advice to you as a mate would be to wait until theirs goes out, see what sort of feedback, pick up we get from any.
It's interesting, like hearing the behind the scenes of how that world works.
Well, I'm just. I mean, this is another thing I was just going to end with because it's been a long one, but it's been great.
Have you enjoyed it? It's been okay.
I've really enjoyed it as well. To me, I could sit here all day and talk to you.
That's why I couldn't believe the time.
Right. So basically, the reason I'm doing this is because that first one's made me feel like I've got to prove. Because no one believes me. I'm just the wanker who lied on that fucking podcast or whatever, but I'm not actually the wanker who lied on about anything, and I'm not a liar, and I'll stand on my business.
And you brought receipts.
Yeah, and Krishan Rock. Let me get hold of you. And Blueface, if you're more than welcome to come over, and the way you treated her. Come and have a go.
Do you know what, the first thing, right?
I'll give the money to charity.
Can I just say something, right? We are going to end this podcast. Right?
Well,
it is.
One day.
Right? Not for this whole time I've speech on the phone, met you, right? This is just an observation, right? Even talking about what happened to you through Liam, the viewer.
Yeah.
The only time I've felt the glimmer of old Jim in the Vibers when you mentioned that blue face. I felt it come off you. You wanted to hurt him, didn't you, Jimmy?
Yeah, I better take I'll take some more quetiapine over there. Some Darzban.
That was the only thing I felt that vibe come off you, I felt it. But all the other ones, but that one there, I thought, he wants to proper hurt this guy.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind, but because I don't love her, but I just
You're vibing with her.
Yeah, I mean,
it's that frequency.
My wife introduced me, not introduced. She said, "Have a look at this girl." Now she's gone gospel. I've gone gospel.
Yeah.
I'm
Where and when you're getting baptised?
In a month's time.
Where? Local to you?
Yeah, local to me. So I'm looking forward to that. This will end. I'm fucking sure.
I know,
but when my life, I fucking should have ended my life yesterday.
No, don't say that.
What I was going to say is, what's on about now? The baptism. I'm really hoping that God's Spirit, when I go into that, this is another reason why I want to get baptised. Not because I want to do it for fucking clicks and views and fucking anything stupid like that. But I want to do it for I'm hoping I'll jump in that water, get dipped, and I'll come out clean. That might be the kick I need, the mental health or whatever. Or maybe I'll stop punishing myself then. Maybe I'll have a different perspective, a purpose. And that's it. I'm not...
Love that.
We better shut this down.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I've loved it.
Have you really?
Yeah, I really have.
I really have as well. Thank you so much.
Right.
Let's turn that off.